A little sabor?
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Kap is on for your Tuesday afternoon.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Here we go, Tuesday. Sedano is on the road today. Where is Sedano anyway? Is it Dallas? Something like that. Mike Trudell is going to be stopping by apparently at some point. Plus, let's take a moment to congratulate producer Lindsay's Ohio State Buckeyes. They're national champions, and LeBron was at the game. We'll see if the King and the Lakers can beat the worst team in the league tonight. No, it's not the Lakers. It's the Wizards. We'll join coverage at 6 p.m. Plus, you know how we do in the afternoon. We're going to answer the burning questions.
How's the prostate?
I mean, it was strong. I had a lot to drink yesterday. Not alcohol, but a lot to drink. I'm drinking those Hi-O drinks. You know?
Oh, yeah?
Like that one. Let's do it. The LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
A Jerusalem cherry. He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah.
You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year. Ha-ha.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger.
Hey, these Hard Knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm in back in Dayton.
You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm.
I mean, look at me. I'm a hot piece of ass. I mean, look at him.
Sedano and Kap, your Tuesday afternoon, right now.
Bing, ba da bop. Boom, ba da boop. Ding, da da bing. Bing, da da bop. Ba da bop. Doom, da da bop. Doom, da da bop. Ba da bop.
Listen, man,
Doom, da da bop.
if you're not drinking the alcohol, those Hi-O drinks are really good.
Yeah? How's the prostate?
You got it. You feel the float.
I don't know that I know what that is.
What, the prostate?
Well, no, I know a lot about the prostate.
Oh, you do?
The Hi-O,
Not
it's
because
good. It's a social tonic.
I started getting prostate exams when I was like 32.
Why are
Oh, yeah?
you laughing?
No, it's just funny the way you said that because it probably is like what they say, you know? And then you just like repeated their line.
I would totally listen. If Mark Cates is listening, go get Hi-O, and I will endorse it. I drink it all the time.
You want Mark Cates to get high? Yo!
No, but it's not like it's not a cannabis thing.
No, I realize that, but the way you said it was funny. Like, I want you to go get high, yo.
Yeah, go get Hi-O, Mark Cates.
Let's all get high, yo.
How's Texas?
Cold.
Yeah, big storm.
Really?
Winter storm.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
whole
This is not what I expect here. And people here don't know how to deal with cold.
No,
Of course
can't
not.
handle it, can't drive,
But wait,
don't
is
know
there
what to do.
snow in Dallas?
No, there was last week, apparently.
Okay, because let me tell you something. I woke up this morning. My daughter sent me a picture from New Orleans today, and there was like 6 inches of snow on the ground, and there was like snowball fights happening on Bourbon Street. And I'm like, yo, I'm going there for the Super Bowl. I didn't sign up for that.
You're
Yeah,
going to the
it's
Super Bowl?
it's gonna be like 50s tomorrow, which is nicer. But yeah, it was brutal when I got here. I was like, what is this crap?
Yeah, reminds me of that year that the Super Bowl was in Dallas, and there was that major ice storm.
Oh, ice storm. I was there.
Slipping
That's
and
when
sliding.
your boy Hugh Jackman was there.
That's right. I was slipping and sliding.
That's
all
when
over
I
the
saw Naughty
freeways.
by Nature at the Hennessy House.
Hey, oh, hip hop parade.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's right.
I
Are
feel
you
like,
down
see,
with OPB?
Trudell would back in those days. If Trudell would have known me in 2012, he would have totally rolled with me to the Hennessy House.
Yeah.
Although, when Cappy just mentioned that he's going to the Super Bowl, that sounds not like something that I would not want to do right now.
It
just seems
sounds
a
like
lot.
not something you would not want to do. Like, are we talking
Did
about
I do a double
A
negative?
double
Yeah,
negative.
Right. Are
I
you
don't-
saying
I
you
don't
do
think I
want to
said
go?
the second not. No,
Wait,
I
you don't want to go on Radio Row?
No.
No, definitely not.
Why not?
It just seems like
I'd
a lot.
literally rather you put a needle in my fingernail than go on Radio Row.
Let me ask you this question: would you rather have
Unless
a
I
needle?
was being
Are you doing
paid to be
Radio
on
Row or
Radio
you
Row.
I don't know
just
yet.
watch the game?
Wherever the ESPN national network setup is, that's where I'm going to be
Yeah.
broadcasting from.
I don't know
think
where
it's
they're
on
gonna
Radio
be.
Row.
You want me to find out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we get crosstalk with you and Joe?
Me and Joe Fortenbaugh?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think
You
he'll
don't want
do
to
it.
like go there and like bring him like a fruit basket and make amends.
No fruit basket. I
Okay.
don't need to make amends. He needs to make amends.
This
Well,
is
you
the
know,
guy
but you
coming
could be the
after-
bigger person, Cappy.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not a bigger
Extend
person.
the olive branch.
Nah.
No, Cappy's definitely not a
No,
bigger.
I'm
Give
I'm
it a
low
try. It's a
road
new
guy.
year, Cappy. It's
No,
a new year, new you.
I'm
New
a
Cappy, new you.
No,
Yes.
I'm a low road guy.
Cappy, remember
not a high road guy.
the speech you gave yesterday?
Yeah, that's right. You got to know that life is hard, and you got to wake up every day. I don't want to hear about no Blue Monday. Okay, it's a perfect, beautiful day. Let me explain something to you guys. There's only two kinds of days in this world: good days and great days. You know, if you're not having a great day, guess what? You're still having a pretty damn good day.
Don't you want
I mean,
Joe
you're
Fortenbaugh?
alive.
Yeah, don't you want Joe to have a great day instead of a good day?
Joe can have as many great days and good days as he wants. But I'll tell you right now, if he invades my personal golf over
geez.
here of like 5 feet, we could have
It's
trouble.
going to be on
We
like
could have-
Donkey Kong?
We could have trouble.
Cap, somebody's going to text him or like tweet at him now and say that.
These paws are karate paws. Okay,
You need backup?
I do need
You
backup.
need,
No,
like,
no,
DeAndre's
I'll
going
fly
to
out
go.
there.
no, I don't need backup.
Bring
What I
DeAndre.
need- I need front up. You know what I mean? I don't need backup. I need front up.
Stand in front of it.
I'd be
Bring
like,
him as
yo,
your security.
Yo,
Yeah.
Joe, you got a problem? You got a problem? Okay, well, come between, like, get past him, and then we can work things out.
Well, you know Sedano's a black belt.
I do know Sedano's
Did
a
you know
black
that?
belt, but Sedano's black belt is like collecting dust.
Oh.
So
It is collecting dust. There's no question.
So
but
George
if you
told
need me
me-
to whoop some ass,
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm glad. Listen, you should be practicing because you never know
No.
when you and me are walking down the street and all of a sudden somebody goes, "Hey, Cap, I didn't like what you had to say about this." And the next thing you know, it's on. And I'm like, George, kick some ass.
Right. I mean, but we would need them to attack us first because it would need to be self-defense, and then I could get around and, I want to stay employed.
I understand that.
That is what Mr. Miyagi preached.
Right. Self-defense.
Karate is for
right.
self-defense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he also preached.
Karate here.
Yeah, he
Karate
said-
here. Karate not here.
Right. He said, no fear.
Wax on, wax
No.
off.
Right. What did he say? He said, "No fear." How do you say it at the
There's
end?
no fear but fear itself.
Thank you, Mike Trudell.
Well, no, that can't be what Mr. Miyagi said.
That's not what Mr. Miyagi said at
Is that what
all.
he said? Is that
actually.
John F. Kennedy?
I just think that's one of those sayings.
Really? I thought that's what Mr. Miyagi had to say.
I think that's like Winston Churchill.
Oh,
or
is that who it was?
No, it says, Daniel-san, it's okay to lose to opponent, must not lose to fear.
George, did you hurry up and Google that?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh no, that was FDR. My bad. That was,
FDR.
FDR was the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
See, you had FDR, I had JFK. I was wrong. I had the initials wrong.
Yeah, I was
You know
right
what I'm
in
saying?
But I
that
do
wheelhouse
remember
of
the
Churchill.
scene, right? Like he didn't want. Remember when what's his face?
Daniel-san?
No, Johnny, whatever his name
Johnny
is.
Tough Guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
blonde
guy. He
dude,
like
the
elbowed his
Cobra
knee
Kai.
or
Right,
whatever.
right.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
did.
During the
Right.
tournament.
Right. And then Daniel-san was like crying
No,
on the
he
sideline.
swept the leg.
Swept the leg.
Yeah.
Right, he swept the leg.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But then he also elbowed him in the knee
He
too.
did chop down on the knee.
As a follow-up move. My bad, George.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
So
that's
then
when
what happened
Daniel-san
was
walked off.
after that, that's when he said, Daniel-san, it's okay to lose to opponent, must not lose to fear.
Right.
Well, but
Prophetic line indeed.
if so, DeAndre is obviously bigger than George, but I still kind of am favoring the black belt kind of cut. Like maybe it would take him a minute, but I feel like that's something that means something to have the black belt.
You want to laugh? You want a funny story, Cappy? So and Mike. So I spent. This was probably like. So I probably stopped like teaching karate when I was done in college because that's how I made money. So it was like I taught at a school. I taught kids. It was fun. It was a blast. And then after college, like I stopped training for a long time, right, for a couple years. So then a buddy of mine was like, "Hey man, let's just do it. Let's just kind of go on the circuit. Let's do some, let's train. Let's do some fights.
Let's
right?
do some
let's
katas.
go."
Yeah.
Sure.
So I went and in the first, of course, this is how it works out. First tournament I'm fighting literally like the number one guy in the country in the first fight. And I swear to God, he hit me with an axe kick, okay? With everything he had,
Axe
okay?
kick?
Wow.
What's an
Yeah.
axe kick?
He had to go up
Like
and down. Yeah.
Like straight up and down on your head.
right. Oy.
I will swear to God, I will text my friend now. Hopefully he will write back. And I took that like a champ. I didn't even flinch. I was like, I looked at the guy, I'm like, that's all you got? Like
Oh,
seriously?
Mr. Number One guy. So what happened?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, then what?
so
I mean,
so
he still
hit you.
kicked my ass
Oh,
because
he
he
did.
beat me on points, but but his hardest kick, I took it. I felt like, you know what? After 4 years or 3 or 4 years of not training, I took that guy's best kick. I can still take a
So
kick.
if you would have seen him
Now
out
at
on those
47,
streets-
I don't think I can take a kick the same way, but it was nice at
That
that time.
guy is somewhere telling that story to his friends. He goes, "Man, there was this time I was fighting this guy. You ever see that guy on Around the
Around the
Horn?
Horn.
Yeah, you ever see
I
that guy on
kicked
Around
that
the
guy's
Horn?
ass.
I kicked that guy in the
put-
head.
I put my heel on the top of his head, no problem, and he took it like a champ.
I Liu Kang'd that MFer.
And I just looked at him like, that's it.
That's all you got, sucker?
Yeah.
All right, George Sedano in Dallas. Michael Trudell in studio.
That's
DeAndre is flying this plane. Lindsay Baseball is back to her position, and it is on Sedano and Cap. So, Georgie, as we get started today, why don't you tell everybody about Jacob and Ronnie?
Yeah, let me tell you, obviously Jacob is very concerned about the impact these wildfires are having on the Southland, and the wildfires can leave lasting scars on our homes, our health, and our communities. And you always hear me tell you, if you get into any kind of accident, all right, any kind of accident, you call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. But if you've been injured or are dealing with damage to your property, you don't have to face this horrific situation alone. Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. When disaster strikes, your recovery shouldn't be a fight. Let Jacob and his team do the fighting for you and provide the representation that you deserve while getting you what you're owed. Jacob and his team, their thoughts and prayers are with all of you, right? All of those that are being affected by these wildfires, either directly or through friends and loved ones. So if you or someone you know has been injured or suffered property damage due to these wildfires, call Jacob for a free case review. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com. Jacob and his team are here to help, and together we will rebuild.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
NextGen is the official plumbing, heating, AC, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. With thousands of five-star reviews, it's no wonder that NextGen is the name SoCal trusts for home comfort and reliability. Are you returning home after the LA wildfires? NextGen understands the challenges you're facing, and they're there to help. For just $88, NextGen is offering LA residents a whole home safety inspection to ensure your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems are safe and ready to welcome you home. They're there 7 days a week because your family's safety and comfort are always a top priority. Don't miss out. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN today to take advantage of this limited time offer. NextGen is the name you can trust for home comfort and reliability. That's 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit nextgenaaronplumbing.com to schedule your $88 whole home safety inspection today. Don't wait. This offer is available now through the end of January. Call NextGen today and take the first step toward a safer, more comfortable home.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
Hey, it's Mace. Want to have more fun watching the NBA? Try playing daily fantasy basketball on Sleeper Picks. Download the Sleeper app today. Pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats. If you're right, you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper is a special offer. New users just have to play $5 and you get $55 in free entries. Download the Sleeper app today. Use code 710. That's code 710.
Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code location and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a cash offer. No need for repairs. They buy as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close in days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
And it is Sedano Kap, your Tuesday afternoon. Today is National Hug Your Puppy Day. That's not a euphemism, I don't think. And happy 75th birthday to the one and only Billy Ocean. Sedano and Kap continues your Tuesday afternoon right now.
Big Queen, sharing the same thing. Yeah. Billy Ocean. Isn't there somebody else now? Somebody named Ocean?
On the run,
Frank
Cappy.
Ocean.
Oh, because I always confuse it. Like, I always think that Frank Ocean is this Ocean. Billy Ocean.
No, Frank Ocean is like,
No, Frank Ocean
he's great.
Caribbean Queen.
Yeah, no. Different person.
George, today's Hug Your Dog Day.
Your puppy day.
Your Hug Your Puppy Day. George, did you hug your puppy?
I did
before
hug
you
a
left?
Benny before I left the house this morning.
You did you?
Cappy, did you
Although-
hug? Do you have a puppy to hug?
I hugged Jack the Frenchie. I hugged him today before I left. I also hugged him and thanked him because what he usually does now that he's moved back into my house, Jack usually shows up in my bed.
Way to bury the lead. Jack moved back into your house?
Yeah, Jack moved back in.
Like full time?
Jack is now officially full time with me.
So he is now Jack Kaplan.
You won custody of the dog?
Yeah. What happened? How did this happen?
The ex moved to Florida, darling.
Wow.
Yeah, the ex moved to Florida, and she left me with Jack the Frenchie.
So she was just like, peace out, here's Jack, bye.
Yeah, right, pretty much. And then Jack now, what he does is about 2 o'clock in the morning, he comes into my room, jumps up onto my bed, and if you ever had a Frenchie, they scratch you because they're trying to tell you what they want.
Yep.
And he scratches me, and then he goes, hey, like lift up the blanket so I can get down and get in. And then I lift up the blanket, and then we sleep back to back.
Aww.
You know, like tush to tush. You know what I'm saying?
Just make sure you don't get
Well, at least
pink
he's not
eye.
biting your tush like he used to do, Rachel.
Cappy,
that's
this was Lila. Yeah, it's been 9 months ish now.
How long was Lila live?
13
years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was a
Jack's
good girl.
10 right now.
Yeah.
And I actually fear when this dog like finally decides to go, like the
You got plenty of time.
the emotional stress that will happen to all of my kids.
Yeah,
you know,
not
It's
great.
tough.
Yeah.
What color?
Black.
Okay, nice black one.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now that you have you're full-time dog parent
Yep.
again, how does Rachel feel about this?
She's okay with it. She actually lets me bring Jack over to her house.
She lets you.
Yeah, I'll call her before I come over. I'll be like, hey, can I bring Jack? And she's like, is he going to behave? I'm like, yeah, he'll be fine.
Can I ask you kind of a strange question about dogs and pets and stuff in general?
Yeah.
Like, do you think it would be weird if people named their pets a little bit more based on skin color? Like if you had a white Frenchie, you named it Karen or something. If it were a girl. You know what I mean? Because I thought our Frenchie was like tan with a black mask or red fawn they called it, and I'm like, well, if I got a black Frenchie, wouldn't it be kind of cool if I named it Latrell? Like something that had like
or just Spree.
Or and this again, I'm from Minnesota, and like Spree was one of my favorite players. I mean, KG of course was the guy, but do you think that could ever become a thing?
Yes, I think that if you're a white guy and you have a black dog and your black dog's name is Latrell and you're walking down the neighborhood and people go, hey, what's that guy's name? And you are white and you got the black dog and you're talking to a black guy and you tell the black guy, my black dog's name is Latrell, I think the black dude's going to be like, that's racist. I don't know. DeAndre, help me, brother, please.
You're DeAndre, you're black.
DeAndre, if Mike names his dog Latrell, you think that's racist?
I don't want to be involved.
Don't get involved. But that's the white thing was the Karen was like the first name. I
Which
thought
is
if,
funny.
If we're gonna get a white Frenchie,
Right?
Wait,
which is funny.
So how do you guys feel about like when people name, I'm a big fan of when people name their dogs people names. Like I have a friend who has a tan Frenchie and his name is Kevin, and I think that's great because you don't see a lot of Kevins.
Oh,
you know,
I used to have a buddy growing up that I think I may have told the story before. They, my neighbor across the street, they used to have black labs, and they used to call him Fred. Every single one of them was Fred. It was like 5 different
Fred
Freds.
1, Fred 2, Fred 3.
Yeah, everybody was Fred.
So now that
Great
you're,
name.
By the way, Karen is just great. If I get a white dog, I'm naming the dog Karen, even if it's a dude.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's a male dog, I'm naming that white dog Karen.
Seems like it would work.
So, Cap, now that you're a full-time dog parent, I think we should do that. You know, the thing I proposed a while ago when George got Benny, we should have a pet psychic come in, and we bring in our dogs and talk to our dogs with the pet psychic.
Okay, I'm on that. I'll work on that
George,
immediately.
how do you feel about that?
Benny's not great in like these settings right now. He's still very puppy.
That's okay. It's even better.
Yeah, I don't think he can stay still for very long.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm worried that Jack might bite people with his gums because he's lost a lot of teeth. He might gum a bunch of people. You know, he's like an old dog now. And he got no toofuses.
Oh, I need to meet Jack.
You know,
I need to
he'll
meet him.
gum you.
I enjoyed that dog discussion. What's the top line sports item today, George?
Cappy was super into the national championship. He was texting at the end of the game. He was not happy with Notre Dame because you wanted Notre Dame to win. You were rooting for Notre Dame,
Yeah,
right?
I was rooting for Notre Dame because I like to root for the underdog. And I like that when people say, oh, my God, they got no chance, you know, they're going to get blown out. I always root for the underdog. And I also tried to sell this whole thing yesterday where I was like, okay, Notre Dame is on a mission. They lost in week 2 to Northern Illinois, and ever since then, they've never lost again, and they've bought into their coach, and hey, guys, we can still accomplish our dreams, but we got to just, keep on fighting, keep on winning, and we're finally here, and guess what? That Northern Illinois thing doesn't matter anymore. So I was kind of rooting for the story of Notre Dame, but it did not happen last night.
It looked good for the first drive.
They were more competitive than I thought, though, because they made it. It looked like it was going to be blowout city in kind of the middle of the game, And then that in that fourth quarter, they at least made it interesting. At least you're like, okay, I'll stick around. You know?
Not only did they make it interesting, but at one point, and I know we were all kind of chatting about this last night during the game. So you're down by 16 points. Okay.
Yeah, what are you kicking the field goal for, bro?
If you're
what
down,
are you doing?
Right, if you're down by 16 points, and as I best recall, there were about 9 or 10 minutes left in the game. You're down by 16, which means at the very best, you have to score 2 touchdowns and get 2 two-point conversions. The likelihood of you getting 2 touchdowns is hard enough. But even if you did, the likelihood of you getting 2 two-point conversions to go with the 2 touchdowns, very, very small. So instead of saying, hey, look, there's 9 minutes to go, we're down by 16, we're on the, 20-yard line, let's go ahead and go for it, because if we don't get it and we lose, doesn't matter if we lose by 6, 12.
Right,
It doesn't matter. So the decision to go try and kick the field goal was an absolutely terrible strategic decision, but the coach talked about it after the game, and he pretty much said, George, I didn't think we could pick up 4th and long. So because I didn't think we could pick up 4th and long, I thought let's kick the field goal and let's live to fight another day. What? So that you lose by less? I mean, to me, it was a loser move. It wasn't a winning move, strategically speaking. What did you think?
Yeah, I didn't make sense. I mean, first of all, I'm very much in, and Trudell's heard this, I'm sure, a million times now, being around JJ. I let the math guide me, right? And the math, I mean, you pointed it out, Cappy, made no sense. You would have had to have scored 3 times. Like, what? Like, why are you making this harder? You don't have enough possessions, potentially, in that scenario, barring some sort of miracle turnover to make that happen. You had a chance at 2 possessions, which clearly they did. I mean, they ended up having a 3rd possession, but it wasn't with very much time. But, yeah, like, you knew you were going to get at least 2, so you might as well make those count.
Let me ask you guys a question. You ready? What do you think is a higher percentage play? Picking up a 4th and 11 or 4th and 10, whatever the down and distance was.
Yeah, I think it was like 4th and 11.
Okay, so it's 4th and 11, okay? And it's a 27 or 28-yard field goal. What do you think is the higher percentage play?
Well, it's easier to make the field goal,
right,
but
of course.
But you're still but then you still need more possessions.
George, he's going really hard on the kicking game in
well,
general.
But here's why.
That?
You want to know why? Because
he's a kicker.
When you looked at the kid from Notre Dame during the regular season, they kept flashing.
Oh, he was
the stats.
terrible.
He
had an
6 for
injury. He was playing through an injury. So Sean McDonough told this story when they beat Georgia. He was dealing with an injury all year, but they didn't have anyone better. Although they did try a few guys, so they brought him back, and he's just been dealing with this injury all year. And his dad's like a chiropractor and got him like feeling better. So that's why he kicked so well, at least in the early parts of the CFP.
Right. So during the regular season, I think he was like 6 for 12 on field goals.
Yeah.
And then during the college football playoff, I think he was like 4 for 5 or 5 for 6, something like that. But again, if you're Notre Dame, you're like, look, this is not a guaranteed chip shot. It should be, but it isn't. But we have a higher percentage chance of making the field goal than we do of picking up the 4th and 11. But even if that's the case, it still doesn't make mathematic sense.
So
no, it made no sense.
None of that is wrong. But like to me, the thing that stood out, because there wasn't a turnover discrepancy or anything. Ohio State rushing yards, 214.
Yep.
Notre Dame rushing yards, 53.
Yep.
I mean, the big boys just beat them up.
Yeah. And
like
listen,
that was the game. It wasn't a go for 3 or go for on 4th down decision. Like they were better.
But
again, had they gone, let's say they get that 4th down, they score a touchdown there. All of a sudden,
down
it's
by 8.
But they lost by 11.
It's a 1-score game, but again,
and it was a 1-score game. It was a 1-score game, and Ohio State was driving.
It was, and Ohio State
8.
eventually. Well, they settled for the field goal,
yeah,
right?
And then Ohio State went up 11. So
But Ohio State.
Listen, but if you're, but you understand this, like
I just think the bigger thing was that Ohio State was better.
Of course, they're better. Their roster's better. There's no
They
question
kick
about
their ass.
that. It's the best roster money can buy, and that's the way the sport is now. And I'm not saying that like lamenting it. Like I think that's I'm happy for the kids.
Yeah, but they did have I think they said, Georgia, it was about a $20 million NIL payroll.
It's a little more than that if I had to.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was like the word, 20, 22, 23, whatever it was.
And they're going to have to pay more than that now.
Well,
because the price only going up, bro.
Well, that and schools will say, hey, I'd like to have this guy off your roster. I'd like to have this guy off your roster. So now Ohio State has to renegotiate with guys to just keep them home.
Like they say in The Wire, bro, the price of brick going up.
I have a question about NIL money. Like when I was in college, one of the most coveted possible things that you could get was a parking pass. Okay. It's very now. It depends where you're at. Maybe there's more room in Alabama than like where I went to Northwestern, but I guess it depends where you are. But yeah, I'm thinking if you're at Michigan or Ohio State, there's only so many parking spots. Can that be like how much is the premium parking spot? Like, does QB1 get a just basically a sticker on his car where he can park literally anywhere, including in the quad, on the grass?
QB1 parks next to the coach.
Let me tell you something right now. The signs at Ohio State, they showed this on TV. The signs at Ohio State say handicap parking or QB1.
Or QB1.
Right. Right. And by the way, if you're handicapped and QB1 needs it, move.
Oh, man.
Hey, all right,
Or
coming
did I
up next.
exaggerate that?
Let's get into this part of the national championship you want to talk about, Cappy, which is about LeBron being there. Okay, like I know that you were texting about it. It's in the show sheet. Let's just get to it.
He floated it during crosstalk, so he's been
I heard him right. He was like a soft launch.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but let's talk Prize Picks first, Cappy. Obviously, if you want sports action in the state of California, it's the best place to get it, and you can cash in while watching, whether it was the CFP, the NFL, or college sports. NBA, you name it. Over 10 million members, billions of dollars awarded in winnings. Prize Picks has made it easy for daily fantasy sports to be accessible to everybody. And all you got to do is download the app, get the Prize Picks app, use the promo code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 play, you get a $50 bonus. And you can win up to 1,000 times your money, bro.
Well, one thing you should probably do if you have not downloaded the Prize Picks app, first of all, do it. Use the code CAPPY and make that $5 play, get that $50 bonus. Okay, that's the first part. The second part is this upcoming weekend in the NFC Championship game, they've got Jaden Daniels with a free square. So all he has to do is pass for more than half of a yard. You're going to get that, and you're going to win. George, people wait all day for my Prize Picks. I was 3 for 4 last night. It was this close. Me and Beto are dying because we're this close. Here's tonight's plays. You ready?
Yeah.
Paul George tonight. More than 4.5 assists. Philadelphia plays Denver.
Yeah.
Jokic tonight. More than 36.5 points and assists.
Okay.
Tyler Hero is the Taco Tuesday special. More than 17.5 points, but they just checked me on this. They say he's not going to play, so that one's going to come back to me. And here's what I need tonight from the King. Because LeBron was at the game last night, and because he knows he's going to be criticized for being there, especially if he doesn't perform tonight, I've got LeBron 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and I think LeBron's going to show out because he knows that loudmouths like me are going to be talking about him at the game last night.
So download the app, use the promo code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, $5 play, get you a $50 bonus. You can win it to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks, run your game.
If you're able, please help people affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover.
All right, I've got the chips and soda covered. What about you?
I'm bringing chicharrones and the MVP, guac. Northgate Gonzalez Market makes the best guacamole. It's made fresh every day with quality ingredients, so it's always delicious. And the best part, they make it exactly the way I want it. I get extra jalapenos for me and no jalapenos for the kids. We both win.
Score a touchdown every time with guacamole from Northgate Gonzalez Markets. It makes every party a winner. The guacamole from Northgate Gonzalez Market. It's the flavor that unites us. Northgate Gonzalez Market. Every visit has a story.
Hey, it's DeMarco. I know a thing or two about Super Bowls. I've been there, won that. If you want to experience the big game like a pro, Absolute Sport has you covered. From premium tickets to exclusive parties to first-class accommodations, their Super Bowl packages are the MVP of the fan experience. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be a part of the action. Go to us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport to lock in your spot. Absolute Sport, it's how champions watch the Super Bowl.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
And it is Sedano and Kap, your Tuesday afternoon. Today is National Granola Bar Day. They still make those green ones for like Nature Valley, where you like open it up and then it just explodes all over you. The granola just explodes. Bam! And on this day in 1989, the number one hit, an up-tempo number, Phil Collins, 2 Hearts. Sedano and Kap continues your Tuesday afternoon right now.
Living in just one mind.
Oh, I like a little Phil Collins.
Yeah, me too.
Tarzan soundtrack.
Oh, yeah?
Bangers.
Really?
That's like the way different Phil Collins.
But it's, it's just very melodic, I would say.
Really? Melodic?
I mean, it is a great song.
Which song?
You need that one?
Is it? Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the one.
Yeah. I don't know the words,
Tarzan,
but that part.
Beto called me a 12-year-old kid as he was going out. Just 'cause I bought some twin snakes, and I have a Mountain Dew. Does that mean I'm
What
a
are twin
12-year-old?
snakes?
Oh, you never had twin snakes before?
Sounds
They're
like
right
a
in
TV
the,
show.
lobby. It's like,
No, what is that?
It's an excellent candy, and it's like one is sour and the other one is sweet.
So you eat a lot of candy and drink a lot of sugary sodas, is that right?
I eat a lot of sugar I love the taste of sugar. Yes, so I try to limit
Not
my
cheese, though.
No, I don't
The
like
man's
cheese.
not a-
Wait.
No, we've gone
No
over this.
cheese,
I think
lots
on
of sugar.
5 different shows. Yeah,
Well,
and I
yesterday was National Cheese Lovers Day. That's why I asked.
Well,
I mean, I
cheese
tolerate
hater
it
guy.
on pizza. Before you take us to the
Dude,
topic that you
wait,
choose,
wait.
What?
Do you want to tell? Let me tell the story about how you and the kids were at my house and your wife were at my house one summer.
Oh, what did
and
I
I
do?
had like a charcuterie plate, and I was like, I made him have a piece of cheese. Like
Oh, that's true.
His
You
wife
forced me to.
was
It was
laughing.
It was
Like,
disgusting.
it was hilarious. She was like, "Oh boy," and I was like, "Just have a bite, dude."
Well, George, it's funny you mentioned that because I wanted to ask you a quick question before Cappy gets into the topic that he teased. I'm getting to know Cappy, right? I've been in for several shows now, and I got to say I like the guy. Now, you and I have been friends for a long time now, George. I consider you one of my good friends, right? We have meals together. The families know each other.
Drinks on the beach.
Yeah,
Random phone calls.
Random
Yes.
phone calls is stuff that'll hit our mind. Lots of texts, usually during NBA games.
Oh,
but
a lot of
random
texts.
times.
Yeah,
And
people would love to read our texts about the NBA.
that's true. And I was just thinking, like, well, if I invited Cappy for like, if you were staying in his home down here at the hotel downtown for like a post game beer,
Not just a hotel downtown, the East Central.
Sorry, thank you. Would that how would you feel about that, George? Would you?
Oh,
feel like
I would love it. I would welcome it.
So you wouldn't feel like I was friend?
No,
cheating on
not
you?
at all. I'm not a jealous person that way.
Because I said to Mike, Michael Trudell, I said, listen, I know you live down in the Redondo area. Is that right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right down there.
Okay. And I said, hey, Beach Life Festival, early May. I've already made hotel reservations, so I'm planning on spending the entire weekend in your crib.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
figured,
Mike, you're probably
You
not
can
going to
stay
be
at
in
my
the playoffs at that point. So I mean, it's
I can stay at your house.
If you want to.
So wait, me and my
if
girlfriend
you
can
get
stay
hammered,
at your house?
Yeah. Yeah, if you get hammered, and we're a couple. So a couple years ago, my wife and I went.
I
to
mean,
Beach
Riggs
Life.
may hit you on the head with like one of those like wiffle bats or something.
That's true. One of the boys will hit you with something at some point. But so we actually, it was so tough to get an Uber back that we just walked back. Now it took like 45 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, we're not too far from there.
Okay. And do the kids sleep well or they wake up easily?
No, they wake.
Oh my gosh, why are you asking that?
Why do you think? Because after a concert and a bunch of drinks late at night, we go back to Trudell's house.
Yeah.
It's on like the break of dawn.
I was
You feel
going
me?
to say, are you sure about this?
Well,
Mike?
look, this now. Are you saying that? So
No,
you
don't
have it-
invite him to your house, bro. He's literally going to
stop,
mooch
yeah.
and stay at your house. Like I'm telling you right now, this is where you
I'm
draw
not
the
too
line.
No,
already.
you don't understand, George. If it were me by
You
myself,
went from beer to giving him
Yeah,
a room. Like
right.
it's
Well,
he's going to
I
take you
feel
up
like
on
it
that.
would be kind of a jerk move if I just said no. I mean, I'm not going to follow through on it. But if I actually said no off the top, wouldn't that be rude?
But George, you know that if it was me by myself, I'm staying at Trudell's. But it's me and Rachel, which means we got to stay at a really nice hotel. You know,
No,
she
that's
not
right.
she not having it.
No, she wouldn't. Yeah, she wouldn't want that. And we
Why
don't
don't you
have,
stay at Terranea?
Oh, that is the play.
That's a good spot.
That is the play. Terranea is the best.
But
I know
Ireland will take care of you. Yeah, exactly. You go stay at
yeah.
Terranea. It'll be like a 10, 12-minute drive. You're there.
My thing is,
You're
I'm
good.
just staying right across the street, though. I'm staying literally.
No, that's nice.
Just like the East Central is right across the street from LA Live, I'm staying literally right across the street from the show.
Cappy, would you wait up for me if I ever wanted to have a post-game beer with
100%. Let me tell you something right now. Tonight's game is going to tip off at 7:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Game will be over by 10 o'clock. Let's say. Right.
10-ish.
I mean, presuming that there's not 75 free throws. But yeah, when the game's over, if you would like to wait out traffic and meet me at the Nixo Lounge.
Well, I mean, he has post-game duties.
Yeah, I got to. It takes me about 45 minutes to get. To
I mean, do you not listen to the press conferences?
So game is over at 9:45. You're going to be there till 10:30.
Easily.
You walk across the street to the East Central. We go to the Nixo Lounge. We have a couple of cocktails.
So look, I wanted to clear it. I wanted to clear it past George first.
Oh,
But
no,
it sounds
no
like
issues with me,
sounds
bro.
like he's
He's not a jealous type.
I just want to see what you're like off the air. 'Cause
Yeah.
my guess is you're a lot like you are the way on the air. That's my
Oh
guess.
yeah, I would say just turn the notch up a few notches. Yeah.
Oh, he's holding back on the air for his real personality.
Yeah, I don't want to get George fired.
Oh wow.
So I hold back.
Oh wow.
Okay. So, all right, George, you were making a comment.
Oh, LeBron, go ahead.
Okay.
National championship.
All right,
Go ahead. Give
LeBron.
me your hot take. Go
No
ahead.
hot take. Here it is. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. Listen, LeBron James at 40 years old has other things in his life that are just frankly more important than basketball. What are those things? I don't know. Business, productions, family, whatever. When you're 40, you're just not the same guy you were when you were 22 or 23, and your whole life was just about pursuing a championship, and it's all that mattered. And by the way, you've already won 4 of them. So here's the thing. If pursuing a championship is something that he lives and breathes every second of every day, chances are you just don't fly across the country to go to a football game, to hang out, party, then turn around and fly back. Now, you might say, they're playing Washington. Washington's no good. Or LeBron could look at the rest of his teammates and go, you fools go out there and win because you should be able to beat these guys without me. But you see, I think what LeBron is going to do is LeBron's going to know that there's critics out there. And tonight, LeBron, against a terrible Washington team, is going to come out and show out so that loudmouths like me don't have any criticism for him doing whatever he wants to do. What do you think about that, Mike Trudell?
Well,
How do you know he was partying, by the way?
Yeah.
So did you not see him last night?
Yeah, but he wasn't. It's no different than him being at home. He drinks a glass of wine every night at home.
He's partying at a game. What's the big difference?
No, so
there isn't one. That's the point.
I think George
well,
and
maybe
I.
he parties at home.
I think
Cappy.
George and I will be aligned on this one, Cappy, but we'll see. I have been around, obviously a lot of NBA players, and LeBron James, I have never once on a game day seen him anything other than fully prepared for that game.
And I think
he
he'll
is
be
the
that tonight.
model of being prepared for the game. Whatever else he done, and he also, I think, I get it. I am 43 now. Am I different from how I was when I was 20? But the only reason LeBron is still able to play at this level is because he still treats the game with the same level of seriousness that he always did. So I do think he's an exception to that rule. I think he does focus on hoops.
This is why tonight on Prize Picks, I took him for more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists, because there will be criticism. How dare he leave? Does he care about the team? Why did they let him go? Et cetera, et cetera. And you know what he's going to do tonight against a really bad team? He's going to put up a bunch of points.
George, if Zion Williamson, went to a game or something, like I get it. I get the questions. LeBron is, to me, the last person that you worry about what he's doing off the court.
It doesn't really matter.
All right.
I mean, let me tell you something, Cappy.
Yeah, go ahead.
In my day,
Back in your day?
of covering the league on a regular basis, where I was like not just flying in to do a game, one game here, one game there. When I was like covering a team, okay, do you know how many times I've seen like players just? I mean, I'd be stumbling back to the hotel with other media guys, and we'd see the players stumble back into their hotel.
No surprise
Like that when they were younger. So him having a couple of glasses of wine at the national championship game, even at 40, is not going to be a big.
No,
deal.
that's why I'm playing him more tonight. That's why I'm playing him. Hey, stick around. This is KSPN Los Angeles, ESPN 710, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Hey, before we hit this break, I just want to remind everybody one more time about our friends at Sellers Advantage. Listen, now is a time that if you've been thinking about wanting to sell your house, I mean, listen, I hate to be such an opportunist, but there are a lot of people that are looking to buy places right now. So if you want to get out of your house as fast as possible, call Sellers Advantage. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747. You can visit their website, sellersadvantage.com. they're going to make you a competitive cash offer. They know what all the other houses in the neighborhood sold for. They're going to walk through the door. We're going to say, we'll give you this money. We're going to give it to you in cash straight up right now. And you go, fine, I'll take it. And let me tell you something. You could be out quickly. They'll even give you $10,000 to move. So if you're looking to sell your house, they'll make you a competitive cash offer. You have nothing to lose. It's a no obligation offer. 888-390 as is, 888-390-2747 or sellersadvantage.com.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. So you get this letter from the Department of Water and Power with two big bold words, high usage. And you don't really know what to do about it, but you kind of have an idea of who you can blame. So you go knock on your daughter's door and you go, hey, would you stop showering for 45 minutes twice a day? And then you go to your son and say, would you please stop washing your car 3 times a week? And then you continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Water Boy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Water Boy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Water Boy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland tomorrow at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
I gotta say, I think a very successful season for the Rams.
What you want, if you're a season ticket holder like you are, is you want the team to take you on a ride.
Yes.
All right? You want from the start of the season to the end of the season to have highs and lows, and you want them to compete for the title. The Rams did all of that.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN. 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is being brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Mike Trudell is here.
Yep.
George Sedano's in Dallas, of all places.
See?
We've got DeAndre, who is flying this plane, and Lindsay Baseball, who's directing the orders back there. You know what I'm saying? All right, Baseball.
I don't direct. I suggest.
Oh, okay.
You know.
All right, any strong suggestions for what we need to know?
Well, what you need to know is I just saw a tweet that Kate Hudson is going to star in a new Netflix comedy called Running Point, which is produced by Mindy Kaling, who is the comedian, famous comedian and actress.
Don't know
and
who she is.
It's yes, you do.
The Office, and then done like a Mindy
Office, she's been in a
Kaling
bunch of
general
I know,
show.
but and by the way, I'm embarrassed about this, okay? I didn't watch The Office, and people will tell me it's like the greatest
I didn't watch
sitcom
The
of
Office
all
regularly
time.
either, and I still
But
know who she is.
I've not seen one episode, unfortunately.
Have you watched The Wire since I told you to watch The
I
Wire?
have not yet watched The Wire. I told you I had half the first episode.
Like 2 months ago.
I know, but I was
gonna
watching
rescind the beer.
Landman. I was watching Landman.
I watched Landman.
Landman was awesome.
That was good.
I watched Landman in like a day and a half. But anyway, this Kate Hudson comedy on Netflix is like loosely based off of Jeannie Buss's memoir, Laker Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I guess it's like Kate Hudson's going to play Jeannie Buss, who's, instead of it being, like Showtime, what is that show on
What was the name of that
Winning
show?
Time.
Winning Time. Instead of like Winning Time, this is obviously it's called Running Point, but it's not. They don't talk about the actual Lakers. You know, they have like a fictional basketball team that her father, her father left to her, and so it's I guess it's a just a scripted series that's loosely based off of her book and her journey to the Lakers ownership.
I mean, I'm into it. Cappy has some other things to watch first that I've.
I've got to get The Wire. I got to get into The Wire.
Yeah, in The Office now.
And now The Office. I know. My son tells me it's the greatest sitcom of all time. I'm like, yeah, you ever heard of Sanford and Son? He's like, no. I'm like, you ever heard of The Jeffersons? He's like, no.
Yeah, Michael Thompson would agree with you on that.
Yeah, I like those shows.
I feel like it's kind of late to get into The Wire, isn't it?
No.
Is it
it's
not
very
late
topical.
to get into The Office?
No.
Yeah, it's definitely late to get, but that one's a little bit more timeless.
You got to start with
I
the
feel.
British version, though. It's only 2 seasons.
No, don't watch the
It's
British
better.
version
Yes,
of The Office.
No, don't watch the British. I
The
can't.
Ricky Gervais original.
Don't
really?
watch the British
It's
version.
incredible.
I didn't know anything about it.
Okay, well, clearly.
Don't watch it.
That's fine.
I don't feel like I'm missing out that much, by the way. Now, The Wire, I've been told, is like the best show ever.
Yeah, it is.
But everybody told me that about Breaking Bad, and then I watched Breaking Bad, and I thought that was the best show ever.
Breaking Bad is in the top 3, I think, with The Wire.
You like Breaking Bad? Yeah, of course.
I got my mom watching Breaking Bad, and
Oh,
so
yeah?
if like my mom's hooked, then like it's a good show because she's a very harsh critic.
You get your mom watching Landman?
Oh yeah, she watched that one too.
Landman's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, look, the Breaking Bad, it did take me a little time to get past the original premise of a high school science teacher becoming a drug lord. I get it. That's part of the whole tie, the whole hook. But it took me a little time. The Wire is much more like, okay, this is what life is like in Baltimore.
Okay, I want to say this. I'm going to watch The Wire, and I'm going to put it in I'm going to prioritize it, just so you know, Michael, because lately I've got 2 friends that are trying to get me to watch a show called The Agency. Has anybody seen The Agency?
No.
On Paramount Plus. Yes, okay. So
Well,
I've been
don't
told
you
The
have to
Agency is awesome.
Don't you have to do the subscribe to the higher paying version to watch the show? They let you watch the first 2 episodes.
Don't confuse
but
them.
then to watch the
Don't
third,
confuse them.
You have to upgrade.
Okay.
And I'm like, I already have 17 streaming
Don't
services.
don't even get
All
into
right, I
that
was
with
gonna
him
say.
because his head's gonna start
Right.
spinning.
If that happens to me, I'm out.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So don't watch if you're gonna watch. So don't watch it unless you're ready to pay to pony
Just
up.
saying, you're the person he's gonna call.
Yeah, but
when
wait, I
he
watched
says,
all of
"Wait,
Landman."
with this subscription."
Yeah, Landman
and-
is not Landman. You watch with the normal Paramount Plus.
Oh, really?
But you have to. They want you because they're hooking in Showtime. Now Showtime used to be its own
Don't-
thing.
I'm telling you.
Now they're hooking
You
that in.
better
So,
stop.
so they tease the first 2 episodes, so they want you to then pay the whatever it is.
Oh,
$10 a month.
that is not cool.
Well, that's
that
what's
is
coming.
not cool at all.
Okay.
Don't get me on 2 episodes and then tell me I got to start paying.
It's gonna happen.
Next
George.
thing you know, then Cap's going to be telling us how he has all these subscriptions because he couldn't remember the password the first time, and then he wants to finish the show, so he's got to make a new account, and then he's got to pay another subscription.
Well,
it's a whole thing.
I did just recently. I did have 2 LA Times subscriptions.
See?
I just
Here we go.
canceled out of one of them, and I had 2
Supporting
YouTube.
journalism, I appreciate that.
But I had 2 YouTube TV subscriptions, and
That's
I just
like
canceled out one
$80
of them.
a month,
Let me
Cap.
tell you something. You know what I just did? And this is not an endorsement, but I'll tell you right now. You know who we should get on? Rocket Money.
I've been telling you
Dude,
for a year to
Rocket
download
Money,
that app,
I
Cappy.
got the app. I'm paying $9.99 a month, and you know what they do? They send me a notice, and they go, "Yo, dummy, you got 2 YouTube TV accounts."
Now
I'm like,
imagine
all right.
if you put all your emails into Rocket Money.
Or you could just check your credit card statements.
Oh, no.
And see what you're paying
Right, you
for.
can just do that and save the $9.99
and
a
then
month
not
for
pay
Rocket
$10 a month.
Mortgage.
You know what? I tried to check a credit
thank you,
card
Trudell.
statement the other
Yeah,
day, and I ordered these 2 pajamas for my girlfriend for Christmas. Little cute short shorts, really nice top, cute like bathroom. I ordered 2 different colors. Never showed up. I went to my credit card statement looking for the company. Like, I got to find these people. Like, what the hell? I paid for this, and the pajamas never showed up. I can't find it on my credit card bill. That tells me that maybe I actually didn't complete the order.
What?
So here I've been
What is
telling her,
happening?
I don't know, man.
If he looks at his credit card bill, he's just going to have like a stroke over what his kids spent on Uber Eats.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
you don't
another
look through
problem.
the credit card bill?
Oh, never.
I go. I don't know if my wife loves this, but I get alerts when anything gets purchased on the credit card.
Yeah.
But I try to tell her, I'm like, oh no, I don't. It's not. I'm not trying to monitor what's being bought, but I just don't want to be paying for stuff that I didn't order.
You know,
which is clearly an issue for you.
One thing about not checking credit cards. This is George. This is actually terrible. So
how many credit cards do you have? First,
I don't like maybe 2 or 3. Like not that many, but I do have.
You should know. Is it 2 or 3?
Probably 3 or 4.
We started in
well,
AKA
wait,
6.
Wait, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst. You ready?
Oh, I have a ton because I have them for like the different airlines, for the different hotel things.
Yeah.
Like I've got all that stuff, but I use them. They basically I don't use very many of them. I only
Isn't
use
that
like
bad
3.
for your credit score?
Well, I don't know.
No, it's
No,
good
on
as
the
long
contrary.
as you,
Oh, you want to have more?
As long as you
great.
pay it off.
Yeah, as long as you pay it.
Well, this
Okay.
is the worst thing that happened.
things
So
every day.
at the end of the year, I was looking at this credit card statement that I had, and statement didn't have to be paid until January 21st. That's today. But I decided to pay it in full before the end of the year because that was what the suggestion from the accountant was. Pay it in full before the end of the calendar year.
You don't want the interest accrual, right?
I guess not. I think it was more than that. But anyway,
okay.
so I pay the whole thing off. Well, guess what? The statement balance was from like December 22nd. And even though it was paid in full, they charged my account today for the payment that I'd already made the previous month. And they took a lot of money.
Yeah, that's how they get it.
And I'm like, bro. So I go to my credit cards. I mean, I'm now minus all this money on their credit cards. So I'm like, either I spend money on their credit card.
You got to use it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, yo, send me my money back.
Well, they will eventually. If it sits there by law, I think it's 90 days, they will mail you a check.
Oh, George knows all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah. He got all kinds of information, this kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Mike Trudell is in.
Yep.
Sedano's in Dallas. And we were about to get back into the Lakers and tonight's game and LeBron and will he play? And if he does, what's he going to do? We'll get to all of that on the way. But, George, why don't you tell us about your home away from home?
Oh, LAX. You know, Cappy, changes are arriving daily, man, to reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the traveler experience. The LAX economy parking structure now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. My car, charging right now. Because you know what? I woke up this morning and realized, oh, crap, I only have 30 miles of charge in my car. So thankfully at LAX, they saved me today. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding. Who doesn't want to get to their flight faster? And a new facility will have all major rental car brands under one roof, so when your friends and family come to visit, it'll be great. And in the future, if you're local, you don't even need a car to get to LAX. The People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro, so you take the Metro station the Metro to the Century Station right there outside of LAX, and then right there at the Century Station, there'll be a connection for the People Mover train, and that will take you right to your terminal. Good to go. For more information, check out their website, flylax.com. That's for more info. Go to flylax.com.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. after Greeny.
I'd never met Michael Cooper, and he was the co-host of the show with Rob Fukuzaki, and they bring me on for the segment. And as I'm walking to go onto the set, Michael Cooper starts breaking my chops about Arcadia High School. Keep in mind, I've never met him, spoken to him, nothing. It's like, oh, Apache in the house. Man, we used to kill you guys. And I'm like, wait, and I knew in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, that's right. He went to Pasadena High School. He's a PHS Bulldog, Arcadia High, Pasadena High, in the same league. And so instantly he's giving, I'm like, well, yeah, because in basketball, you had guys like you at PHS, and our basketball team had guys like me at Arcadia High. In baseball, we had a much better, and so we were going back and forth. But it was a great moment, like, no wonder everybody loves this guy.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Plan your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pechanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas. Pechanga has world-class resort amenities, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, and golf, and 24/7 gaming excitement. The immense casino floor and 1,100 rooms and suites makes Pechanga one of the largest in the country. Skip the traffic, head for Pechanga Resort Casino off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland tomorrow at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
I got to say, I think a very successful season for the Rams.
What you want, if you're a season ticket holder like you are, is you want the team to take you on a ride.
Yes.
All right? You want from the start of the season to the end of the season to have highs and lows, and you want them to compete for the title. The Rams did all of that.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
This is Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Walks around like a little puppy dog.
On 710 ESPN.
Oh, here we go. Now this is my speed, Cappy.
Yeah, come on,
and
True.
George. Oh, man.
To live and die in L.A. Good jam right here.
George, did you see the Suns thing?
Yeah, so they traded their 2031 first-round pick, which is going to be incredibly valuable because KD won't be there and Devin Booker will probably be even old by then. So every team wants that pick, that 2031 Suns pick. They turned it into 3 picks, which is basically the picks that Utah got for Rudy Gobert, which are a combination of like Cleveland, Minnesota, and like Utah.
Yeah, the least favorable of 3 different
of those
ones.
3, but they need those picks to unload Bradley Beal and eventually get Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
So that's why they need more than just the one pick.
Butler.
So they needed to break up the one pick into multiple picks.
Can I ask you two guys for a favor? Can I ask both of you guys a favor? So George, you're in Dallas. You got a game tomorrow night. You got a broadcast. Who are the Mavericks playing tomorrow night?
Minnesota.
Okay, so you're in the league. Tonight, Michael Trudell will be there on the sidelines, courtside there at the Lakers-Wizards game. You guys are in the league. On the other hand, and so many others who are tuning in, we're on the outside looking in. Would you go back to the beginning of the trade, and then you guys went deep into like some real insider talk, and then just sort of slow it down for the outsider people? Can you do that for the brothers?
See, I don't know, Cappy. I feel like a lot of Laker fans, we don't need to slow it down for them, but we'll slow it down if you want.
Yeah, just consider it me. Like, dumb it down for me.
Laker fans are smart.
I understand, but you also understand that there are a lot of people listening, and not everybody's hardcore. So I'm just saying, dumb it down for me and my people. That's all.
You know, look, basically, George and I, part of our job is to try and take everything that happens at practice, right, in the pregame session, and take that in a very succinct package and present it in 30 seconds.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I just did that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I do. Believe me, I did that sideline job for 20 years.
Yeah, you know what
And
you're
I
doing.
had to do it in 15 seconds on TV, and maybe I had a little bit longer on radio.
Yeah, we got you
Not
covered.
much. But just go back to the beginning, because that's actually something that was not on my radar. So the Suns make a trade for a valuable pick. And
Right. So their 2031 pick is incredibly valuable because Kevin Durant won't be there anymore. And Devin Booker will be older in 6 years. Old enough where he may not be as good a player as he is right now, is the assumption. So that pick, because of that, will be incredibly valuable. But they need multiple picks because they want to unload Bradley Beal's contract. The reason they have to unload Bradley Beal's contract is because most teams, Cappy, they want most, not all, but most teams want to save up for the summer of 2026. There's like a decent free agent class, and it feels like we're headed there where we're actually going to have free agency matter again in the NBA, but it's not going to happen until then because of the potential guys who can either be outright free agents or opt out in that particular offseason. So because of that, it's why you have to incentivize a team to take Bradley Beal, who also has a no-trade clause. He's one of the few guys in the sport that has a no-trade clause. Hell, he might be the only guy at this stage. But so they've got to incentivize a team to take his contract that goes beyond that summer of 2026 into 2027. And they're also going to need picks to acquire Jimmy Butler, who clearly they want. So they've traded one pick for 3 picks, even though those 3 picks are clearly not as valuable as the 1 pick.
And I'll just add this, Cappy. Things have gotten so much more complicated, though, with draft picks and draft swaps. That never used to be a thing. Like, you would just get 2 teams, and sometimes it would be the owner, and he'd call the other owner and be like, hey, can I have this player? Be like, yeah, okay. You have this player, and then X, whatever number of picks. Like, there weren't even rules for it. And now, because, the Players Association and the collective bargaining agreement, everything has gotten a little bit more complicated. And with the second apron that you probably hear about, and you're like, why are people talking about this all the time? It just makes Phoenix be in a spot because they're over that they can't do just like the traditional normal trade or taking a guy that makes more money than somebody that's on their roster. So it's just the simplest way to look at it is they are desperate to make another move because they don't think they're good enough, and the only way for them to do it is to trade a more superior in the future pick, even if we don't know what it's going to turn into, for more assets essentially now that they can flip again. That's all.
Right. You know what? I'm so glad you guys brought this up because there was a tweet earlier that we were all talking about in our chat, which was from Jovan Buha. And he said that the Lakers are more likely to stand pat or make a quote-unquote half-measure trade rather than go all in on a big move. And it reminded me, George, of what you were talking about last week when you had Steph Curry talking about, hey, look, the organization, the Golden State Warriors have to consider the future of life essentially after Steph. So do they make a whole bunch of moves now to accommodate us / try and win now?
Yeah.
Or do they think about the long-term future? And when I see this report from Jovan, which is that the Lakers are not likely to do something big, it makes me think that the Lakers have to be organizationally more about the Lakers' future and less about LeBron's legacy.
So I will say this. The Warriors comment by Steph was also somewhat taken out of context because in that same quote, he then said, but it doesn't mean we're not going to make a move if there's a move to be made. He's just saying don't sell the farm for like a rental is basically what he's saying.
Yeah, well, George, and they're really like almost nobody at the trade deadline makes a huge move in the last 10 plus years.
It's very rare.
It's very rare. It's very difficult to do so. And I think
it's to your point, it's much more difficult to do now with all the rules that are in place.
And Phoenix is a total outlier. They have a new owner, Matt Ishbia, who is desperate to win now. So he is just basically saying, screw everything in the future. No other team is doing that. No other. The Warriors, the Lakers, the Heat, everybody is trying to, of course, they want to win a title now, but you also want to maintain the best possible future for your franchise. Phoenix is the outlier here. So it's not
He's
like
putting
the
all the
Lakers
chips
aren't
to the
going
center
in,
of the table.
The Warriors aren't going all in. That's not true. It's just if you go all in, you're going to get bullied by any other GM in the league because they'll be like, oh, you want to go all in? Okay, give me everything that you have. And there's just very few teams willing to go scorched earth like that.
You know that guy, Matt Ishbia, who you were just talking about, George, the owner of the Phoenix Suns? I mean, he's a young guy. I don't even think he's like 50 years old. So he's a young guy, made a ton of money, bought the Phoenix Suns, moved his whole family and operation to Phoenix, and that dude wants to win now. When I was out in Scottsdale, this is about, I don't know, a month and change ago, I was playing golf with a buddy of mine. He goes, you know the owner of the Suns? I go, I don't know him. He goes, well, that's his house right there. This guy had something so cool. If you ever make this kind of money, we should all do this. You ready? He had a go-kart track in his backyard that we could all see.
Oh, because he's got young kids. Yeah.
Was LaMelo out there?
I didn't see LaMelo.
Okay.
But he had 2 things that we should all have. Should we all hit the lottery one day? You ready? And we buy a big fat house on a big piece of property on a golf course.
I don't want a golf course.
He had a car track like you ever see like a K1, like you know those places, right?
Yeah. Take your kids.
Right. And he had a full-on go-kart track in the backyard. And like one of those lazy river pool things.
His own lazy river, too?
All in his backyard. So you could be floating on the lazy river while your other kids are out there having a go-kart track
a lazy
race.
Lazy river is nice because you can also get a little workout by going against the stream. You know? Like a lazy river. So you can either be lazy or you can swim upstream and get a little cardio in.
All right, well,
that's
I
nice.
agree.
I mean, if I hit the lottery, I'm getting a go-kart track in my backyard.
That's
with really fast-ass go-karts, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, I'm okay with it. Everybody. I'm a big believer in. I'm okay with having different philosophies.
Yeah, do you, man?
If Matt Ishbia wants to put all his chips in the center table, that's awesome. Like, I think it's great drama for the league. Like, I think it's great. I hate that everybody operates the same way now. Like, I like someone who's willing to be like, you know what, we're going for it.
It's like Mark Cuban, 25 years ago or whatever he bought the team. Same thing. Like, the new guy got all the money. I want.
By the way, the Warriors did a lot of that too.
Yeah, Joe Lacob. Yeah.
Don't go that far,
dude. Dr. Buss, when he came out here, and started when he bought the team in '79. I mean, like, he was no expenses spared, and he created a ton of stuff that the rest of the league still works or still uses. So, I mean,
correct.
I think it's good for the league for sure to have owners that are this hungry.
But it's also interesting that the Lakers, who we always talk about, the Lakers play for championships. When you're in the LeBron business, you're going for a championship. But the Lakers have held on to these picks that everybody has always talked about that said, hey, look, the assets that they have are, in this case, Austin Reeves right now, as George was talking about yesterday, or their future first-round picks. And what I like about the Lakers, I'm sure fans probably don't like it, is rather than going all in like we're talking about, they're like, no, we're keeping those because we're thinking about life after LeBron, or at least that's what the actions tell me.
Well, even saying that, though, Cappy, they have for years given up future first-round picks to improve their team. They did it last year. They did it 2 years ago. So there are plenty of teams, Oklahoma City would be one, that do not give up future assets at all. They're like Memphis.
Even though they hoard them. They've got so many, they don't need all those.
They wouldn't give one up for Alex Caruso, which the rest of the league would have. Memphis will not give you a future first. Like, New Orleans will not give you anything in the future. The Lakers gave up a ton of stuff to get Anthony Davis. They won a title. Then they tried to make a move for Westbrook. Didn't work out. They tried. They had to give up picks to get off of Westbrook to bring guys in. So they're always trying, right? And they're not one of those teams that's like. So that's what I'm pushing back against. I don't think they're a team that's like, we're just going to hold on to everything we've got for the future. Like they're always a team that's trying to win if they can.
It's about Cappy. It's about making a responsible deal. And by the way, I will say this. I have been at times critical of Pelinka, but I think what he said, I defended him last year when he said, hey, it takes two to dance. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality is if no one wants to make a deal with what you have available or what you're willing to part with, then that's the reality of it. So I have no issues with him not parting with those picks because I get it. Now, if you tell me you can get a player or players that you know will guarantee you a real legitimate shot at winning a championship, that's a different story. And I don't think, to Mike's point, they would hold back if that particular player or players were available. I just don't think those particular players or player are available.
Well said. Nicely done. See, I asked you guys to dumb it down a little bit for me. That's all. Well done. Thank you, guys.
Cappy, we're here for you.
Appreciate you guys. Hey,
why don't you tell us about the East Central? How about that?
But I'm here for Mike Trudell. So tonight, when the game is over and the press conference is over and you want to let either traffic subside or you know what, you need 30 minutes, 40 minutes to kind of unwind a little bit. Come join me, Mike, at the East Central, right across the street, right across Figueroa, across.
Is there a bar at the hotel?
There is a bar. It's called the Nixo Lounge.
Oh.
Okay. And on a Tuesday night, on a game night, it'll be happening tonight. So when the game is over, you call me, you come over, we hang out. I'll even show you my room. I usually get the Mamba room, which is the big one with the big Kobe Bryant painting in the room. It's beautiful.
That's cool.
Very contemporary furnishings, very big rooms, the biggest rooms in all of downtown LA. Great restaurant and bar, Nixo Lounge, awesome gym, everything you need when you're staying in a hotel gym. And here's the thing. If you're coming to downtown LA for a concert, for a show, for a game, whatever the case may be, come on down and stay at the East Central. That's where the Circle of Trust stays. So listen, tonight, you're thinking about it. You're on your way in. Maybe you should just stay at the East Central tonight. 213-748-1291. But you can also use their website. And by the way,
it's right here. I just Googled it. It's like right outside.
Dude, it's right. I told you I live literally.
Well, I didn't know it was this
Lindsay,
close.
I live literally right across the street.
I didn't realize
literally
it was this close. So if it was a couple blocks, I might think,
No, it's right here.
Because I park underneath it,
No.
Okay.
eCentralHotel.com. eCentralHotel.com. The East Central Hotel in downtown LA. Entertainment's official address. Here comes Radio Tinder next.
Your day. Tell us who's smiling your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
Hey folks, it's DeMarco. 2 more wins left until the big game in New Orleans. Imagine being a part of the ultimate football experience. Absolute Sport can make it happen. From exclusive travel packages to unforgettable events, they'll get you right into the heart of the action. Don't just watch the big game, live it with Absolute Sport. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport. And gear up for a trip of a lifetime. Absolute Sport, where fans become legends.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is Sedano Kap, your Tuesday afternoon radio Tinder time. You know we like to play a TV theme. How about this? On this day in 1990, MTV Unplugged premiered on MTV, but that's not what we're going to play. But we're going to play a number one hit to turn into part of a big movie soundtrack. On this day in 1994, the number one hit, Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, and Sting sang All for Love. It was, of course, on that Robin Hood soundtrack. You may remember that. Remember this, you can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
All up in the feeling songs, you know?
Wait, like,
good song.
Like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Robin
Or is that a
Hood,
different one?
Men in Tights, I think. Right?
Oh, really? That was a spoof, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Funch knew it. He was just like, oh, yeah, I know this one.
I mean, Prince of Thieves was a good one. That was with Kevin
Three
Costner.
Musketeers. He said it was Three Musketeers.
Oh, Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers?
I
Like
like
the candy bar?
That's a good book.
No, the movie.
Oh.
No, right, because the Prince of Thieves is everything I do for you.
So Chris got it wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cappy, can you name the Three Musketeers?
Of course Funch would know that, you know?
The Three Musketeers?
Yeah.
Is it Sleepy, Dumpy, and
No,
Humpy?
it's like Aramis. I had to relook this up. I
Okay.
forgot Athos and Porthos.
Would never have gotten
but then
any of those.
D'Artagnan. Well, you should learn more about
No,
French fiction.
Okay. DeAndre, you know anything about the Three Musketeers?
Nah, I don't.
Man, yeah, you know nothing about no Three Musketeers.
I sure do
Me
not.
neither. I don't either.
How about the candy bar?
That I knew about.
I do know about that, yeah.
Well,
I like the
chocolate
candy
nougat.
bar.
Yeah, I do too. I like
just
the nougat.
straight nougat. There's no caramel. There's no peanuts in there. It's just straight nougat.
You just call it Carmel?
Caramel? I was say caramel, caramel, caramel.
Yeah, like Carmel, California. You know.
I know.
I was just going to say it's a city.
I know Lindsay's going to take this over. I forgot to tell you, Cappy, but my boys had a tournament down. in
Okay,
San
let's
Diego
get
this
into the
weekend.
other thing.
Yeah.
I forgot to call you.
Come
anyway,
on,
go ahead,
man.
Lindsay.
Caramel.
We're down by that way.
Carmel.
DeAndre actually asked me the other day, is it caramel or is it caramel? And I was like, well, I think it depends, right?
I say caramel.
I think they're two different things.
Yeah.
No,
Caramel.
Caramel is
it doesn't
caramel.
make
That's what I say.
It's like
Caramel is
tomato.
caramel.
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 All right.
Caramel.
Whatever.
Radio Tinder. Here's Lindsay Baseball.
Okay,
Fight
so-
on.
Fight on. Fight on.
Carmel.
Fight on. OH. Okay, so this is from the Am I the A-hole Reddit, where, you know, we're talking about dogs earlier and taking our dogs places, and a woman was asking a question about her local cafe's dog policy and whether or not she can ask them to properly enforce it. Because she said, where I live, there's a nice popular cafe with outdoor seating, and there's a sign by the door that says, please keep your dogs outside, but a lot of people ignore it, and they bring their dogs inside while they're waiting for their takeaway coffee or whatever. And she said, I'm an animal lover, but not a big fan of dogs inside eateries because they are unhygienic. So she said, would it be a Karen move to ask the staff to enforce the dog policy? So what do you guys think? Would it be a Karen move if she did that? If she said, hey, why don't you tell these people to leave their dogs outside? Swipe left or swipe right? Karen move.
I'll swipe right. Yes, it's a Karen move. Okay, but the sign says keep your dogs outside. See, like, I don't understand people. I once dated this girl. She had these two gigantic dogs. I don't know what they're called. They're like brown, white, and black. The big freaking monster dogs, dude. These things were each like 100.
Great Dane type things?
No, not Great Dane, but like this just really super big dog. Like, I'm talking like 150 pounds each, right?
Okay.
And I was dating this girl, and one day she goes, oh, I'm bringing the dogs. I go, we're going to Target. She goes, yeah, I'm bringing the dogs. We're walking through Target with these two monster dogs, and I am super uncomfortable. Because I'm like, they're not mine. Like, I want everybody who's making eye contact with me to know they're not my dogs. I think people who, listen, I know people bring their dogs everywhere now, but there is a place for a
Especially
dog
here.
and not a place for a dog.
I mean, back in the day, it was less acceptable than it is today, certainly. So to walk into a Target with dogs that size,
I feel like here though it's a very common, like you go to CVS, Walgreens, Target, wherever, people bring their dogs everywhere. I feel like it's a very like
yeah, but
LA,
I'm okay if a business owner says no dogs, then it's no dogs.
But would you, if you were like, oh, I think it's unhygienic that this person is bringing their dogs to like, pick up food or coffee, would you be the person to like call out the owner and be like, hey, why don't you enforce this rule?
I would just not go there if that was an issue for me.
That's a good point.
I don't think I'd be the one to make the call.
I have
We
no
know Cap
chance,
wouldn't.
you
Yeah,
know?
zero
I'm the same
chance.
guy that's sitting in the back
Cap
of
is
the
a
Uber,
chicken bleed.
and I'm like, I'm not going to say anything to this guy. He's yelling and screaming on a fight with his girlfriend on the Uber, and I'm paying for the Uber, and I'm too much of a wuss to even say, come on, buddy, please. So I wouldn't say anything.
Just don't go. Like, I'm a big believer in, hey, you don't like something, don't listen, don't watch, don't go. Like, it's not that hard. Like, you don't have to come. We live in a world where everybody just complains because everybody thinks this is like a Yelp section. You know what I mean?
And everybody has the means
Twitter
to
is
complain
totally
now.
Yelp.
Yeah, that's the difference, right? People have always complained. They just didn't have social media to be able to have other people see their
Right,
complaints.
but it's okay. But there's also a thing of just like, if I don't like something, okay, cool. I just won't go there. Or I won't like reference it. It is what it is.
All right,
I don't like it. It's fine.
So speaking of Karens and calling people out and stuff like that, there was a TikTok clip that recently went viral about a guy who was in the airport, chilling in the waiting area at his gate, and a woman witnessed him clipping his toes while he was at the gate.
Oh my
at the
God!
I've seen a
airport.
lot of stuff at an airport. Never seen that.
And she said that it was so appalling that she wanted to bleach her eyeballs.
Oh, really?
So
Wow.
she wanted to know, like, hey, should I say something? In this situation, if you saw a guy at your gate, George,
No.
I mean, all three of you guys.
I'm not saying anything, but
you
I'm
wouldn't
just
say
like,
anything
bro.
to a guy clipping their toenails or
You
like
would?
make
That's
a noise?
not my business.
You
It's
would?
his business.
I would probably make a noise. Like, ugh, really?
Let me ask you this question. But I complain about this all the
listen.
time.
Would you? Listen,
Disgusting.
if somebody was doing that, I'm sure at some point or another, somebody that works in the airport would notice that, and the guy wouldn't be doing it for much longer.
No, like,
What's the violation?
So here's
well,
the
that's
thing.
unsanitary, I would imagine.
If it was your fingernails, whatever, that's gross, but whatever. But your toenails, I'd be like, oh, really?
I mean, neither is actually very sanitary.
Sure, but still, the toenails are absolutely repulsive.
The toenail thing doesn't bother me that much. Like, it's not like I'm going to go touch them. You know?
Yeah, right.
Now,
If it comes flying into your food or something.
It could fly.
Well, it's like, George, just don't. I'm probably not going to take out my whatever I'm eating next to the dude that's doing it. I might
So
move
what
to a
if you're
different part of the
sitting
area.
there? What if you're sitting there eating and the guy sits down next to you and starts clipping his
Yeah,
toenails?
then I think you're
I'm
you're
gonna get up
within
and
your,
move.
well, no, I think you're
Then
within
you can say,
your-
"Hey, bro, I'm
yeah.
eating. Do you
Hey.
mind doing this somewhere
Yeah,
else?"
Exactly, something
See?
like that.
So there are
I mean,
situations.
the thing that
Right,
I will,
but I mean, he's literally next to you. That's different, you know. Then he's just like hanging out, like
mean-
sitting there on the carpet at the gate 43. You know,
They fly a
Turtle
wrong
Lake.
way sometimes, you know.
You know what though? That doesn't piss me off as much. What if it's something like if there's a smoker and we're on the beach and they just toss their cigarette on the beach, that's going to be the kind of thing that I just can't help but saying something about. Or somebody that thinks they can smoke and then throw it out the window. So then why do smokers feel like that they can just toss their cigarettes everywhere, Cappy?
Yeah.
That's what's getting me hot, not a guy's toenails.
Right, listen, I'm the guy who complains all the time about every person in the airport on speakerphone so that I have to hear their entire conversation and I have to hear what the person on the other end is saying back to them, and I don't have the guts to even walk up and go, excuse me, would you like to have some headphones? Here, I carry like 6 pairs. You want some headphones? I don't have the guts to do that. You think I'm going to walk up to toenail clipping guy and go, excuse me, sir, please don't do that? I'd be like, yo, man, let me hold them things. Let me clip my toenails.
What's behind the lack of guts? Because you seem, again, you're a competent person. You're on the air for many years. Like, why don't you? Is it the confrontation?
The lack of guts is more like I'm a let everybody do their own thing kind of person.
Okay.
But things annoy me. Like, I am very annoyed when I'm walking in the airport and there's somebody on their speakerphone and they're screaming at the top of their lungs.
What
I
annoys
think that
you about,
annoys most people, doesn't it?
What annoys you most, like about George?
His lack of admission about his Botox habit.
Wow.
I was not prepared for that.
Yeah, I mean, Cappy, I have
What?
wrinkles on my forehead when I do the thing or whatever, and I furrow my brows. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's not my fault that.
I guess the thing that bothers me most about George
It's not my
is
fault that
young skin.
you got a lot more wrinkles than me.
It's that young skin of his that bothers me.
I'm a brow
You don't drink enough
furrower.
water.
I'm going to drink some right now. I'm going to hydrate.
What color should be, Cappy?
What color should what be?
What color's
you
your
said-
pee?
George
he
just said
asked.
you don't hydrate a lot. So I
Yes,
was like,
what color of your urine,
my
Cap?
pee?
Are you shooting yellow a lot?
What
kind of question is that?
Well, it's
Well, no, that
hydrated.
is
It's a fair question.
that's
So
actually a very medical
I
way
know,
to
but
describe
it's
it.
awfully personal,
It's a
right?
hydration conversation, Lindsay.
Sure,
it's okay.
but it's still personal.
I mean, he doesn't have to answer.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'm going to say right now it's a little darker than I'd like.
So
Yeah, they drink some more water then.
Easy fix.
A little darker than I like.
Easy fix.
Get some Gatorade in you, bro.
I guess that's what I'm going to have to do.
Hydrate.
All right, one more really quick here. So yesterday was the presidential inauguration, right?
No.
And apparently, when they inaugurate a president, they have an official inauguration luncheon. Inauguration luncheon, right? And traditionally, that's a 3-course meal that is a seafood starter, a meat, and then a dessert, which typically, traditionally, is an ice cream. So yesterday's was Chesapeake crab cake for the starter.
Okay, I like that.
Angus ribeye steak for the main course meat,
It's a
and
heavy
then
lunch.
apple icebox terrine with sour cream ice cream and salted caramel
Carmel.
for the dessert.
Caramel.
So really quickly, what would your 3-course meal be for your luncheon?
Ooh, I like the crab cake. I got to be honest with you, and I'm good on steak. Like tonight, I was wondering, like, I'm in Texas, right? I should have steak somewhere
Or barbecue.
Yeah, Texas barbecue's good too, but I mean, I'm
Get you a steak.
I don't know. It's a little messy.
Okay.
But yeah, so I would say some sort of like crustacean to start. Like it could be like a lobster tail or like a crab cake is nice too. Maybe some
Shrimp
some beef.
cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail would be lovely.
Shrimp
Yeah,
cocktail is
I like some
nice
shrimp
too.
cocktail.
You'll have good access
Yeah.
there if you're in D.C. because you just take it right out of Chesapeake Bay.
I like a good oyster. You know that could
Ooh,
be
not
if you want to
me.
go lighter than a crab cake or something like that.
Yuck! I don't like any of that stuff.
It's
No
so delicious.
oysters.
More
No
for you.
oysters.
So good.
What about
And
your
healthy for you.
ice cream? What's your favorite ice cream? What would-
I like a little dulce de leche.
Oh, dulce de
Ooh,
leche.
fire.
Oh, dulce
That's
de leche.
fire.
Oh. You like it dolce, eh?
Cappy,
what was that, Speedy Gonzalez?
Cappy, what do you?
It's good, yes, my friend. It's very good, yes. The dolce is very good, yes.
What's on the Cappy menu?
I would say for me, I'm probably looking at a very nice, healthy, big shrimp cocktail with guacamole.
What?
Gross.
No,
Guacamole.
shrimp,
I've never heard of that.
Big old shrimp with a guac on the side.
God, don't.
That's
if
weird.
you guys get elected, I'm not coming.
That's-
Then you guys know I'm not really. I mean, I will
Mike,
eat red
I'd still have
meat.
steak for you, bro.
Yeah, I will eat red meat, but
I know,
I'm gonna.
but you're wasting a course on me. They're gonna be walking around with that uppity.
You don't like crab
little-
cake?
No, I don't like.
Who doesn't like
any
crab
seafood.
cake?
Oh, really? No seafood, huh?
No, although I was.
That's right. No cheese, no
What?
seafood. This
What is
guy,
wrong with you? What do you
Yeah,
eat?
seriously.
There wasn't any seafood in my house growing up. The first time I tried it, I was like 19, and I was like, "Ugh," just the texture I couldn't handle in my
You
mouth.
don't like sushi?
No, and I tried some at Nobu. We were at Nobu in Dallas,
Nobu.
George, just to be
Hey,
relatable
hey.
when we were there with the team. But somebody, we were the Lakers were kind enough to host us.
Yeah.
To say thank you for the
Oh,
broadcasting.
so
and everything.
Nobu has like this black cod that is
Oh, really
delicious.
good.
Well, I
Amazing.
tried it. I don't know what's it called. Is it like a
It doesn't even taste
whitetail
like-
or a
it doesn't
lemony
taste
or
like
something?
fish.
Is there a white? Would
What?
there be a whitetail sushi or a lemon white lemon? or
Yellowtail.
something? Yellowtail. Okay. So I tried that, and like it didn't make me barf. Like it was okay.
Did it make you barf?
I would
So what
rather
did you
have had
hold on?
just, like,
What
a
did you have at
Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Nobu with the Lakers?
No, I mean they had all. It was one of those fixed menus, so they brought everything out. So I got to try a bunch of stuff, and it was excellent. Other than like the seafoody thing didn't quite work for me. But thanks for having steak for me.
I'll tell you right now, that big old shrimp cocktail with some guacamole, and then I'd have like a nice salmon with like maybe a little pesto over the top
Oh,
of it.
I had a
some
little
veggies.
salmon for breakfast
Hold on.
today, Captain.
Can I? Why everybody? There's something that everybody likes. It's called pizza. Why can't we just have a great variety of pies?
Good idea.
Listen,
know what I'm
you know
saying?
what? You know what I would do?
Why can't we just have some
Seriously.
pizza and some burgers? And
So,
but
Mike,
excellent ones.
Mike, for you, I would do this because I feel like you've got certain tastes, right? So how about this?
Simple guy.
How about like something cool like a slider to start?
Yeah,
like a
right?
nice
Sure.
slider.
How about look,
Right.
you can even go high end if you want. You can go Wagyu beef slider.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. Wagyu beef slider.
Yeah.
There you go. How about this?
Now everybody likes those.
How about like some really good, like the best fried chicken place in America, whatever that is.
Yes, Gus's in Memphis.
There you go.
100%.
Gus's in Memphis.
Gus's fried chicken with
There you go.
Wagyu sliders, and then
There you go.
French fries. Who doesn't like French fries?
Hey, these are
Right.
good
And then can I have the dulce de leche? Am I good?
Dulce de
Okay?
leche.
Go with any ice cream is fine with me. But then late night pizza
caramel.
Okay.
for when you're hungry again.
Caramel.
Yeah, after Cappy and I have a couple beers.
George, you can do all of this, I'm sure. You can get all of these foods inside LAX, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
for sure. I mean, naturally. Tell us
home
more.
away from home.
Right.
They got an incredible culinary experience at LAX, and it's only getting better, by the way. At LAX, changes are arriving daily to reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the traveler experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations, which my car is using right now because I'm a dope and forgot to charge yesterday, but that's why they're there, to help you out. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding. Who doesn't want to get to their flight faster? And a new facility. We'll soon have all major rental car brands under one roof when your friends and family come to visit. And in the future, if you're a local, you don't even need a car to get to LAX. The People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro, so you take the Metro to the Century Station right there outside of LAX, and then there's a People Mover station right there that will take you right to your terminal. So for more information, check out their website, flylax.com. That's flylax.com.
The most followed sports radio station.
Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The new year is here. Time for change. Start a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI with My Computer Career in just months. Already in IT? Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
Hello, it's Robin Roberts here.
Hey guys, it's George Stephanopoulos here.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Strahan here. Wake up with Good Morning America.
Robin, George, Michael, GMA, America's favorite #1 morning show. The morning's first breaking news, exclusive interviews, what everyone will be talking about that day. Put some good in your morning and start your day with GMA.
Good Morning America.
Put the good in your morning. GMA 7A on ABC.
And it is Sedano Kap Tuesday afternoon. Happy 62nd birthday to Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem the Dream. And it's International Sweatpants Day. And on this day in 2006, the #1 hit, Nelly, featured Paul Wall and some other people. Grills. Sedano and Kap continues your Tuesday afternoon right now.
Yeah, it's Sedano and Kap. And Sedano's down in Dallas. Mike Trudell just left to go to Crypto.com for tonight's game between the Lakers and Washington. DeAndre running this operation. Lindsay Baseball in the back making suggestions, as she says. George will be back in a minute. Hey, real quick, I see Avner Gatt has just walked in, and Avner Gatt is the owner of Avner Gatt Public Adjusters. Avner, first
I'm here,
of all.
Cappy.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. I thought you were.
Yeah, I got to
okay.
go in a few minutes,
Okay.
but I'm here.
Great.
I'm here.
Avner,
Thanks,
George is in.
Where is he?
He is in. He's in Dallas.
Okay.
Getting ready for an ESPN television broadcast tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I got a production meeting in a few minutes, Abner, but I wanted to make sure to say hello.
Hello.
You know, it's interesting we say that because, George, for the last, 2+ years, we've been on the air saying, hey, if you need Avner, you have fire damage, water damage, theft, you call Avner Gatt. And I've been saying, Avner, it's so sad what has happened, obviously, in the Palisades and in Altadena.
Very sad.
I'm going to guess because of this time, your phones are probably going crazy. Am I right or not?
You are very right, yes. It's like the phone is off the hook. It's like a call after a call after a call. It's tiring, but let me tell you something. I learned so much from the people that are calling me. I didn't even know that people can suffer that much, and there is a population there that it's a little bit older than the regular average public, and there are many stories to tell about what's going on there.
Well, when you say there are many stories to tell, like give me an example of what's
Do
happening.
you have any personal? Do you know anyone personally, like beyond business, Avner, that got affected?
I do not believe so. I do not.
Okay,
believe
well that's
so.
good. Because we do. We know a number of people. So,
I've got several friends that lost their homes in the Palisades, and they're struggling right now to try and figure out where to go.
Altadena too.
Yeah, same deal, right? But I'll just say, so Avner, you say there are so many stories out there. You're answering the phones all day. People are calling. You say, hey, I answer the phones, but when you have this many calls, I don't know how are you handling that. First of all.
Okay, so first of all, I take all calls myself. Even though sometimes during the regular, year, my family will help with the calls, but with this disaster, I take all calls myself.
Okay.
So if and when a call is coming in, I will answer it, and sometimes the calls are coming back to back. So I have a voicemail. They go to my voicemail, and during the day, evening, and night until like midnight, I will call everybody back, and I will listen to their stories, and I will see how I can help them, or maybe somebody else can help them. Many people don't have insurance. Many people had lapse in their insurances, and suddenly they found themselves with no insurance.
Yeah.
That's meaning that if it's a total loss, if the house disappeared from earth, this is it. Their
Oh,
savings, their future, their retirement.
I've been following a guy on Instagram who's been showing videos of what happened, and he was telling the story, him, wife, 2 kids, and the guy he tells the story. He's like, hey, I built this business, I sold the business, I bought this beautiful house. His insurance lapsed, and then a total loss. He has no insurance, he has no recourse, he has nothing. And the house, he said, was completely paid for. So now that's a story that I'm following on Instagram. You say you're hearing a lot of stories. Like, give me an example of what you're hearing out there.
Okay, so first of all, there are many people that were thinking about taking all their investments, put it into a property on the beach, and renovate it and make it like an Airbnb, and that should be, they plan that that's going to be their retirement. And now there is no property. It's like they say bye-bye to their retirement, and it's very sad. But I have some stories like, things that people will not even believe that happening. It's like, we've been referred by an old client to a neighbor that lost his home, or maybe it was a smoker, meaning a house that got a lot of smoke into it in, I think it's Altadena.
Mm-hmm.
And we go there, we like the guy, he likes us, and he said, you know what, while I'm thinking about to sign with you or not to sign with you, let me introduce you to my neighbor. And the neighbor introduced us to another neighbor, and they are all elderly, 80 plus. And sure enough, we are about to sign like 4 or 5 of them that refer us one to each other. And we decided, they called and they said, we would like to sign with you. Okay, so we called the first guy. We scheduled a time and place to sign with him the contract. And then we called the second guy. And then the third girl. And after 4 calls, we figure out that all of them would like to meet with us at the same place at the same time. And it sounds really weird, what happened. So we call and ask, what's happened that all of you would like to meet with us at the same place? And it happened to be that these elderly people decided to move to the same house so they can support each other and, cope with the situation together. They can, decide whether one vendor or another offer is good, great, no good. And they basically, as one bunch against the world, and it's amazing.
Let me get this straight. So an older person calls you, wants to use Avner Gat as a public adjuster.
Mm-hmm.
That person says to their neighbor, hey, you should probably call Avner Gat. So then they call you. And then when all of these people say, hey, we're ready to work with you, they say, let's meet. You're thinking to yourself, well, this is weird. 4 different people all want to meet at the same place at the same time. And what you're saying is these older people all left their burnt out homes to go rent a place together, and they're all living in the same place now.
Yes, they were neighbors. They liked one each other when they were neighbors, and now they went to live one with each other until their homes will be cleaned and ready to move back in. That's crazy.
That is incredible. That is, and that we don't really think about that. People think about like, hey, people in the Palisades, oh, they're fine, they have money. And now you're telling the story about like older folks that lost their homes in Altadena. Avner Gatt is here. Avner Gatt from Avner Gatt Public Adjusters. Your claim is our game, as I always say on the radio. Avner, in terms of like right now, is there something that you could give everybody who's listening, especially people who've been impacted, like a tip, like something important that people should know about an insurance claim during a fire, certainly of this magnitude?
Okay, so the first thing that I'm telling people is that, first of all, you need to make sure that you are safe. It sounds like a simple task to keep yourself safe, but it's not at all. The air is so contaminated over there that you would like to move yourself a distance from the fires. The air there is poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing that it's very important for people after disaster is to distance themselves for a little bit from the actual disaster and just breathe and think and take time off the issue. Nothing is going to happen overnight. It's going to take months to settle these claims. The insurance companies might come and offer you one thing, and when the time comes for them to send you a check, the check does not arrive, and it's not what you think. So just distance yourself for a short while and think about what you would like to do next, because there are many things that you will need to decide if you are part of this disaster.
Avner Gatt is here. Avner Gatt, the owner of Avner Gatt Public Adjusters. You've heard Avner on the radio with us before, but you always would say to me, go around your house, take pictures, make sure you know all the stuff you have. And most of us are all like, eventually I'll get to it. And then this happens. So that's another piece of advice that you've given me that I think we should pass on as well. Like, make sure you have photos or videos of all your stuff so you can prove it to your insurance
100%.
company.
Yes. It's the homes that totally disappeared from Earth. The biggest challenge that we have right now is to show the insurance companies what was there. And if the house is gone and you don't have pictures, you don't have measurements, you don't have any kind of proof what was there, we will have to recreate the house in the imaginary plan in order to prove to the insurance company that what they paid when they just came and dumped money on the insured, that there is much more there and they needs to pay much more money. And it's an art to go ahead and put together a plan what was there when nothing is there.
It's amazing. I mean, Avner Gatt is in studio. Avner Gatt from Avner Gatt Public Adjusters. Avner's been a great part of the show, the family here at the radio station. And as many times as I've gone on the air and said, water damage, fire damage, theft, never did I think that we'd be talking about this number of people displaced, this number of people killed, this number of properties damaged or destroyed completely, especially, up and down the coast. So I would continue to say to everybody, if you need Avner, he's here to help.
Definitely, I'm here to help. Even though my phone is off the hook, just go ahead, leave a detailed message. I'll get back to you myself the same day or same night.
818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt from Avner Gatt Public Adjusters, your claim is our game. Avner, it is great to see you. And by the way, I know this is a very sensitive topic, and it's just you're there, and people who need you, they're going to need your help.
Yes, and me and my team, we have 17 full-time public adjuster on the team. We can handle a lot. Just call me, and we'll put things in motion for you.
All right, there you go. You can visit Avner online, avnergatt.com. That's AVNERGAT, avnergatt.com. All right, coming up, I'm going to tell you something right now. Everybody in baseball hates the Dodgers right now, of course, other than the Dodger fans. But let me tell you something. The Dodgers have just outsmarted everybody, and I'm telling you that from a Padre perspective. The Dodgers have outsmarted everybody. We'll get to that story coming up. You're listening to KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. More Sedano and Kap next.
With the devastating fires that have struck Southern California, there are options for you if you're dealing with food insecurity. It is the LA Regional Food Bank. You can go to lafoodbank.org/fire. We are also looking for collections from you. All kinds of stuff needed for people that are dealing with the fire right now. Please join us in helping our friends and neighbors who are dealing with this tragedy.
People. It's why Avner and his family continue to take the calls themselves at Avner Gat Inc. They cover all of Southern California, and if I haven't convinced you with all of these truth bombs thus far, just check out what seems to be a never-ending stream of 5-star reviews on Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. So, whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is at home, call Avner Gat today. 818-917-5256. That's 818-917-5256. And you can go online to avnergat.com.
In tough times, no one stands alone. The recent wildfires have deeply impacted our LA community, leaving many of our neighbors facing unimaginable hardship. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or just need someone to talk to, hope is just a call away. Call the LA County Department of Mental Health's 24/7 helpline at 1-800-854-7771 for free emotional support, service referrals, or crisis counseling, or visit dmh.lacounty.gov/gethelpnow/. We're in this together, LA. Stay strong.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland. Turn it up, man. Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney. Visit realfathersrights.com or call 951-482-7517. Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Bing, ba-dum-bum, yeah. Doom, dee-dum-bum, uh-huh. Bing, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bick-a-doom, da-dum-bum. Sedano and Cap pulling into the 5 o'clock hour. But I got to tell you guys, Trudell left to go over to the arena to get ready for Lakers-Wizards tonight. Sedano left because Sedano's got some ESPN production meeting that he has to go take in advance of tomorrow's game between, I think he said it was Milwaukee and Dallas. And so everybody left me.
Minnesota and Dallas.
Oh, even Avner Gat left.
I mean, now you're all alone, Cappy.
Well, no, I'm here. I got you. I got Lindsay Baseball. I got DeAndre.
What's happening?
What's happening? So I got my squad. I'm all good. Hey, I mentioned this before the break. So, it's amazing how the Dodgers continue to just snap up players, right? And now they got yet another arm. And so they just keep, like I said, they keep snapping up players. They're getting everybody. Everybody wants to play for the Dodgers. I mean, I think that's pretty fair, right? Like, why would you not want to go where you have a great manager, you've got a great organization, you've got a monster fan base, you sell out every night, you win every season, you're set up for the long haul. Why would you not want to play for the Dodgers? But I got to tell you guys.
Can I ask you a quick question, though, Cappy?
Yeah.
You said, why do you not want to play for the Dodgers, right? How come baseball is, like, the only sport where when you, like, build a super team like this, people don't, like, disparage it in a way where it's like, like the Warriors and Kevin Durant joining the Warriors. Like, of course, he wants to just go win a champion. He's a ring chaser. Like, why isn't it seen that way in baseball? Because it's not.
Oh, see, I think it is.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like people don't talk about it the way that they do in other sports.
Oh, I think that if you are a Dodger fan, you are stoked. You don't care that the Padres can't compete financially, okay? Hey, that's your problem, okay? I'm a fan. I want to win a championship every year, And if my team has more money than your team and my team can go out and spend more money and get better players, well, tough luck for you. So I feel like the other fan bases of other Major League Baseball teams are all pissed that the Dodgers have been able to do what they've been able to do this season. Look, last year, the Ohtani thing, it's like, okay, fine, it's Ohtani. Like, he was going to leave Anaheim. He was going to come to L.A. He wanted to play on the big stage. He wanted to have a chance to win. You know, he had all those years in Anaheim where he was an MVP, but the team stinks. He never got to play in the postseason. So getting Ohtani was not something that, like, shocked the world, but it's this past offseason. It's Sasaki. It is Blake Snell. Now it is Kirby Yates. It was Tanner Scott just the other day. The Dodgers are just putting together a super team. And for Dodger fans, ain't no problem. They're celebrating. But for other fan bases, it's a huge problem. You don't find that to be the case?
I mean, that's people are mad because I feel like everyone's kind of, the narrative out there is like, they're ruining baseball. This isn't fair. But my point is, like, with the players, I feel like the players got a lot more crap. Right now, it's more like the Dodgers. Like, everyone's mad at the Dodgers. They're mad at the team. They're mad at that they're ruining baseball. And I feel like the players are kind of like, okay, like, I get it. Hey, go get your money. Go play for a winning team. But if it were like the NBA, I think that it would be seen a lot differently.
Well, I'll say this, and I said it before the break.
Can I interject here for a second?
Wait a second. Hold on. Funchy Lava in the house.
I'm here.
When you say, can you interject? My brother, you can say anything at any time that you want on this broadcast.
How many times in the history of sports does a super team like the Dodgers are building right now work?
Right.
Like worked last year.
Yeah, but they didn't have the super team last year that they have going into this year.
Sure, but they worked for the Yankees all those years, didn't it?
Well, I guess when you look back at the Yankees and you think about like those Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera,
They should have won like 5 or
teams,
6 championships.
Yeah, but they, you got to also look at how are they acquiring talent. What's upsetting to non-Dodger fans is that they're able to go out and afford whatever they want. Whereas a lot of the Yankee guys back then, a lot of that was homegrown. So Funchy, your point is a good one. Like, just because the Dodgers went out and spent all this money and on paper they have far and away the best roster, it's not an automatic guarantee that they buy their way to a championship. But I'm not trying to come at this from a defend the Dodgers standpoint, and I'm also not looking at it as it's not fair to the rest of baseball standpoint. Listen, when the Padres went out and spent money on Manny Machado, and they spent $30 million a year, that was something that organization in a smaller market could never do. But their owner said, you know what? I've got the money. I'm willing to invest. I want to win. I'll spend whatever it takes. So guess what? You went and got Manny Machado. You'd already given Fernando Tatis a big contract. You went out and got other guys. You spent a fortune. And all of a sudden, when you looked at the payrolls in baseball, it was Dodgers, Padres, Yankees, Mets. The Padres didn't belong there. They had convinced people forever that small market teams like San Diego or Cleveland or, Tampa, they can't compete with the big bad Dodgers. They don't have the television contracts that the Dodgers do. But here's my point. The Dodgers ownership has just plainly outsmarted everybody else in baseball. Now, think about that for a quick second. The Dodgers ownership has outsmarted everybody in baseball.
Why? Because they just want to pay all the free agents?
Okay.
Isn't that kind of obvious?
Oh, okay. So this is...
Or the setting, being in L.A., and obviously coming off a championship run, looking to repeat.
Is that outsmarting everybody?
No, I don't think so. It's obvious, isn't it?
What is the obvious part?
The obvious part is that they're, like he said, coming off a championship. They've obviously got a great, stable organization. They win. They pay their players. And you don't hear a whole lot of drama as far as, internal conflicts and stuff. It seems like they got a pretty good, solid organization all around.
Okay, but how are the Dodgers able to sign all of these guys? Okay,
deferred money?
Deferred money.
Yeah, like $1 billion worth.
Deferred money, right? You're onto it, DeAndre. Deferred money. Okay, fine. Here's a question for you. Why is it that other owners around Major League Baseball don't just do the same thing? Because, listen, here's the deal. It is not against the rules in baseball to defer money, and the Dodgers do have to pay a very, very hefty luxury tax. Their luxury tax is actually going to cost more than their roster. So why then have the Dodgers ownership outsmarted everybody else in baseball? Think about it for a quick second.
I don't know. You tell us, Cappy, because I honestly don't know.
Okay, deferred money's a part of it. Okay, deferred money's a big part of it. Funchy, any? And by the way, I don't mean to play professor here, and I'm not exactly some economist, and I certainly don't own a baseball team. But you could see what was happening, and then you can read the analysis, and it seems pretty smart that the Dodger ownership has outsmarted everybody else in baseball. Anything, Funch? Any guesses? You got deferred money.
I got the only guess I can think of is like they're just trying to win now within the next 5 or 6 years. Why they have Ohtani, and they're gonna forget everything else later. Like you're putting everything on a credit card and just forgetting about it till later until you have to make your payments.
Okay.
Wait, what about inflation and the fact that like a contract 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now for a player is going to be way more than what it is right now? Is it that?
Okay, well let's go back to Funchy here for a credit card because you're onto it too, Lindsay. Okay, here goes. Listen, if you have $1 billion in deferred money,
$1 billion.
Okay, you got $1 billion in deferred money. Major League Baseball says to you, can we see your bank account? Can we ensure today that you're not putting Ohtani or Teoscar Hernandez or Blake Snell or Tanner Scott or Freddie Freeman or Mookie Betts? It's not on a credit card. You have to prove to baseball now that you have the $1 billion that is deferred for years into the future.
It's like when American Express calls you for that black card, and they want to see how much money you make to see if you can cover everything later, right?
So baseball is saying, go ahead, DeAndre. You catching on to where I'm going?
I am,
What are you hearing?
Man, dude.
They've deferred $1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay. Baseball says to the Dodgers, prove to us that you have $1 billion. Okay. The Dodgers say, okay, here's the bank account. There's $1 billion in that bank account right there. Okay. But who owns the Dodgers? Like the group, I'm talking about the group that owns the Dodgers.
Magic Johnson.
Okay. Magic is the face guy of Dodger ownership, right? Magic's the face guy.
Yes.
But the group that actually owns the Dodgers is a group called the Guggenheim Group, okay? And that group is made up of people that they have over $350 billion of assets. So think about that for a second. Like right now, if I tell you that the Dodgers are owned by a group that has $350 billion of management. They manage $350 billion of assets. And if I told you that the Dodgers were worth $10 billion, hypothetically, the Dodgers are a tiny part of what they do, right? I mean, right? I mean,
yeah.
10 billion versus 350 billion, it's a tiny, tiny part, right? So what this Guggenheim Group does is they're so smart. They've brought their business acumen from the world of investing, and they've said it's all a numbers game. It's how you move money, and we're going to bring that exact same philosophy over to the Dodgers. So here's what they did. They signed Ohtani, and they signed Blake Snell, and even before that, they signed Freddie, and they signed Mookie, and they did this all under the radar while nobody was really paying attention. It was the Ohtani contract that made everybody stand up and go, whoa, all this money and it's deferred. Well, that doesn't seem fair. It is fair. You know why? Because the Dodgers have to prove to Major League Baseball that they have the $1 billion that they can pay that money if they were called today. If they had a cash call today, the Dodgers have the $1 billion. Okay, fine. Now, Lindsay, you talk about inflation. You talk about what a contract is today versus what it's going to be 20 years from now, right?
Or even 10 years from now or 5 years from now. Like 5 years ago, the biggest contract in baseball was nowhere near what they're paying Shohei Ohtani, right?
Okay.
Nowhere close.
Okay, so if you're this Guggenheim Group and you know how to make money because you got $350 billion worth of
And the Dodgers is like their
management.
side hustle or
Right.
something.
All they've done is they've brought their philosophy from business, and this is just my own analysis, by the way. They've brought their philosophy from business, and they've brought it over to the business of baseball. So if you take the $1 billion that you owe these players and you prove to Major League Baseball that you have the $1 billion, what do you think the $1 billion is doing right now?
It's earning interest.
Okay. And if it's earning interest, which, by the way, even at a small number, a small interest percentage is a massive number on $1 billion, right? But let's assume that Guggenheim takes the $1 billion from the bank account and they invest it with the other stuff that they're doing. And now the $1 billion in 2025, when they got to start paying it in 2035,
is going to be worth like $10 billion.
And therefore, I'm trying to get to the conclusion here. With all of that being said, for all the fan bases, and believe me, I got a lot of Padre fans that listen to the Cappy Cast, and I spent 20 plus years in San Diego, which was a downtrodden franchise and a franchise that could never compete financially. They stepped up their game, they started spending money, and the Dodgers went, "Oh, really? You want to play in the big leagues? We can spend more and more and more, and we can bury you guys. And what we'll do is we'll defer the money, we'll put the money in an account, we'll let the money grow, and by the time we actually have to pay it, the $1 billion that we owe the players that we have in an account today, by the time we start paying them, it's going to be $5 billion or $10 billion. They're going to make the money with the money that they're deferring. Does that not make sense to everybody?
It's like they're putting it in the stock market knowing that it's just going to keep going up.
That's exactly my point, is that they are holding money that will make more than what they will ultimately have to pay. So you say to yourself, well, why don't all the other Major League Baseball owners do that? Because they don't have $350 billion.
Right. They don't have the money to invest.
And
the capital.
And many of those guys came from other businesses. So
you mean to tell me the Mets don't got that money?
No. Now, the Mets may be a little bit different. The Mets, Steve Cohen, he may be utilizing the same philosophy. Now, I don't remember when it came to Juan Soto if any of it was deferred. But you see, the thing that the Dodgers are doing, again, to outsmart everybody is, look, players want their money now. It's guaranteed and they're going to make it, but they'd like as much of it as they can now. Okay, I'll tell you what. We've got a $200 million contract for you. We're going to defer $130 million of it. But you know what we'll do? We'll give you a $50 million signing bonus, and then your contract is much smaller while you're playing. So now you get the big chunk of money, and you get the money on the back end, and the Dodgers don't have to pay it now, and they let it earn. They are outsmarting everybody. So for all the complaining about how the Dodgers are the big bad Dodgers and they got more money and they can buy every player, no. Unfortunately, for those of you that are not Dodger fans, most of you are, they're just smarter business people.
FYI, Soto's contract is not deferred.
No deferred money.
Not at all.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me know that. Does that make sense to everybody?
It does.
It's
This is
pretty crazy.
business. Wait, what is it? Economics 101 with Cappy. You should teach a class.
Well,
be a professor.
I will just say this.
Professor Kaplan.
I would love to take all the credit, but if I'm being really honest about the whole thing, there was a very well done piece today in the LA Times that really kind of, if you just read between the lines, it's not that hard to understand. Jack Harris wrote a piece today in the LA Times, and what he pretty much does is he explains the deferred money. Blake Snell, $60 million deferred. Tanner Scott, $21 million deferred. Freddie Freeman, $57 million of his $162 million contract deferred. So they're giving you your money, but most of it is deferred. Mookie Betts, $115 million of $365 million deferred. Will Smith, $140 million contract, $50 million deferred. Tommy Edman signed a $74 million contract after the World Series. $25 million of it is deferred. And Ohtani, which is really the poster boy for all this, $680 million of his $700 million is deferred.
By the way, Beto's here. He's going
nice.
to jump in.
Nice.
Up and on. What are you deferring? Your salary, Cappy?
I would love to if I made enough money to actually do that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He's got to pay all those Uber and Instacart bills
that's
for his
pretty much
kids.
true.
DoorDash.
That's pretty much true.
Yeah. What up, Cap? Long time no see, bro.
I know. Beto, give me one quick second. I want to just mention everybody Seller's Advantage. SellersAdvantage.com or 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747. If you're thinking about selling your house right now and you would like to get a no obligation, just an offer for cash, no complicated closing process, no deals falling through, no painting your walls or cleaning your floors or moving out your furniture or having open houses. If you want to sell and you want a competitive cash offer, Seller's Advantage is here to buy your home. SellersAdvantage.com, 888-390-2747, 888-390-AS-IS for Seller's Advantage. All right, let's go back over to Crypto.com Arena.
What's happening?
Yo, what's happening?
What's happening? Where's Latrell?
Poor Mike Trudell.
No, not Trudell. Latrell.
No, I know. But if anybody missed it earlier, Trudell was talking about having a dog. And he said, if I have a white female dog and I name her Karen, is that a problem? And we're all like, no. And he goes, what happens if I have a black dog and I name him Latrell? I'm like, yeah, people are going to say racism.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, why did I say this on the air? And why did you say that on the air?
See, Trudell's falling into the trap.
Yeah, he is.
He used to be such a good button-down kid. Now he shows up. Like yesterday, I fell asleep to watching the account Karen's in the Wild _ Oh, man, there's some good stuff on that one.
What are you talking
Wait,
about?
what?
Yeah, tell me.
On Instagram, there's an account called Karen's in the Wild _ and it's just all these Karens, just stuff that they're doing, man. Acting Karens, bro.
It's so funny you say that. I am right now consumed online. Does anybody else have this like obsession where you get into like one genre of some sort of content on Instagram or Facebook or whatever? I'm fascinated with people who mess with snakes in the wild.
Oh, no.
No. But like there are dudes who will walk up to a rattlesnake.
Nope.
They'll be like 6 inches from it, like, oh, look at this beautiful snake. This snake is such a beautiful thing. Look how beautiful this snake is.
DeAndre, you know what I'm talking about, right?
That's right. Nope.
Yeah, you know what kind.
No brothers messing with no rattlesnakes.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell to the no.
Nah. Oh, let me get a python. Sure. Okay. No.
But I absolutely love these videos. Dude walks up, he's like, oh, look at this beautiful snake. Well, what a good looking snake. And then the snake.
Hey,
And then the snake snaps at him.
Yeah.
But this guy knows the snake's going to snap at him, so he's already fast. He got these cat-like reflexes, right? And then that snake kind of gets frustrated because he's like, tick, 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 right? And then he's going to try and bite him, and then the guy moves, and then the guy finally outsmarts the snake, and then he like puts his hand on the snake's head, and then he holds the snake up, and he's like, check out this snake. What a beautiful snake. Any guy who goes near a wild, venomous snake, bro,
stupid.
I got nothing but respect for you, though.
No. Stupid.
It's stupid, eh?
Hey, Cappy, can I look at your phone one day? I want to see the For You page on your Instagram.
The For You page on my Instagram.
I want to see like what pops up.
Okay.
Because the stuff that you look at, both sucio and clean, like it's got to be fascinating to me.
It's funny because I don't really ever use the For You on my Instagram.
Do you even know what it is?
Not really. Not really. So where would I find it?
Should we do this, DeAndre?
Tell me, where do I find For You?
Pull up your Instagram.
Okay, it's open.
And you'll see the little search icon at the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Click on that.
Yep.
And it's going to have all the stuff. Like I just clicked on mine right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, classic suits, Italian suits, soccer, some football, college football. It's clean.
Okay.
And some comedians on there.
What's yours, Cappy?
Well, again, I just want to make sure I'm clear on what Beto's saying. When you open up your Instagram, you click on the little magnifying glass down at the bottom, right?
Yep.
And then that's what you want me to tell you what's in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I've got hot chicks in bikinis. I've got crocodiles possibly going after some sort of animal in the wild. I love crocodiles and I love alligators. And then I also really love like snakes and fights with snakes and other animals. So that's in there too. There's a lot of, for whatever reason, there's a lot of Dave Portnoy eating pizza, which I really love his pizza reviews.
One bite, right?
Yeah. There's a bunch of like business motivator types.
Yeah, as they say, this tracks.
Yeah. And
DeAndre, I just sent you a screenshot of mine for you. That way people don't think I'm making it up.
No, you're definitely not making it up.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling
Cappy,
you.
aren't you scared of like, no, you're not. Well, I'm just going to stop.
I mean, there's this one guy right here.
You ain't worried about anything.
This guy jumps and like frightens a rattlesnake. And then the rattlesnake tries to bite him, and this guy's like, "Oh hell no!" And then he just grabs the rattlesnake like 8 inches from his mouth. He's just holding the rattlesnake by himself. So yeah, there's a lot of hot chicks. There's
I was
a lot
expecting
of
like Telemundo weather girls in your account.
Yeah, no. There's some white guys dancing because I'm trying to learn some good moves. You know what I mean?
What do you search for to get that in your
I don't know.
algorithm?
By the way, I had no idea that this was like a For You thing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the algorithm, Cap.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, really?
Like, it suggests things that it thinks you're going to like. Like mine is all nails, like nail designs, because I do my nails a lot, and I like to like see what's in style. Also, a lot of Snoopy. And like some makeup and outfit tutorials.
I do have a lot of like right now I've got a lot of people that are showing videos and pictures of the fires from their homes.
Yeah.
Like I've got a lot of people on time-lapse videos. People were smart. They started shooting video as the smoke was happening, and they're like, watch this 6-hour time-lapse video as the fire was miles away and the smoke was in the air, but all of a sudden it came super close. So I've got a lot of fire stuff. I've got a lot of snake stuff. And I got a lot of hot chick stuff.
Cappy, you coming to the game?
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right, Bronny's on the court right now, warming up.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you gonna, little Bronny and Prize Picks tonight, maybe?
Should you know what, Beto? I'll tell you, man. I've already made my Prize Picks, but if you think that we should maybe take a shot here with Bronny tonight, I'd be into that.
Because Washington has 6 wins on the season,
Mhm.
1 road win. Right?
Mhm.
So, like, LeBron shouldn't be playing in the fourth quarter. There's got to be a Bronny game.
I know, but it's funny you say that. But let me give you my Prize Picks for tonight and tell me what you think. And by the way, listen, I'll remind everybody: download the Prize Picks app, use the code Cappy KAPPY, make your first $5 play, get a $50 bonus. The Ohio State quarterback last night.
Let's go.
All he needed was half a yard passing. He got it.
Bam.
Jaden Daniels. He is half a yard passing in the NFC Championship game against DeAndre's Eagles, and he's going to get that half a yard, no problem.
That's right.
So they're already giving you a free square for the NFC Championship game. But Beto, here's my lineup for tonight. You ready?
Let's do it.
I've got Paul George. Philadelphia is playing Denver. I've got him for more than 4.5 assists.
Okay.
I've got the Joker tonight. For more than 36.5 points and assists combined. I've got Tyler Hero tonight, but he's not going to play. But he was a Taco Tuesday special, so we'll knock him out. And this is where I'm going to get screwed tonight. LeBron James. I took LeBron for more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
That's a lot.
But I got to figure that LeBron knows that big mouths like me are going to be like, oh, come on, LeBron.
Big mouth strikes again.
Yeah, if you really care, if winning is the most important thing in your life, why did you fly cross country and you're out at the game till all hours?
Don't even
and then
start.
you-
Don't
and
tell
then
me
you
you're mad
turn
about
around.
that.
Oh, no,
my
I'm not,
God.
I'm not mad about it. I'm saying that's why I'm playing him for more. Because LeBron's going to hear that criticism out there.
Oh,
and
yeah, he's
LeBron-
really paying attention.
Oh, and LeBron,
Yeah.
and here's what LeBron's going to do. LeBron's going to come out tonight against the worst team in the league, and LeBron's going to put on a show, and LeBron's going to have more than 41.5 points. That's how I played it on Prize Picks, so that LeBron can rest during the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that.
What do you think, DeAndre? Any chance he gets to more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists? Come on.
Look up Bronny shooting threes if that's a Prize Picks.
Okay, Bronny threes.
Yeah, because he's knocking down a bunch of them right now.
Is he
and
really?
nobody's guarding him, of course, but it's warm ups. You know,
Okay, all right.
might as well do something fun tonight.
Okay, let me
Lakers
see.
got to blow out the Wizards then for him to get in the game.
I mean, Bronny's the Red Auerbach victory cigar, man.
That's right.
You have no idea what that means, huh?
I do not.
Let me. He don't know about no Red Auerbach.
Or if they're getting blown out, he'll play.
No, stop.
Whoa, that's not happening.
I know it's not happening. I'm just saying that's the only other time he plays.
I want to just say this to you, Beto. I'm looking on Prize Picks right now. I put in James. The only James that comes up on Prize Picks is LeBron. Ain't no Bronny.
Hey, what about Rick James?
Super
Cappy,
freak.
Cappy, did DeAndre tell you we started a book club?
A book club?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, after Laura said she was reading books, I'm like, no. We're going to go and start the Bethel Book Club.
That's right.
So DeAndre is about to read a book for the first time in his life.
What book are you going to read?
Beto gifted me a Phil Knight book, autobiography. Yeah, on Phil Knight.
Okay.
Shoe God.
Okay.
I think DeAndre will like it because it's a story of Phil Knight and how he came up with the idea for Nike and his travels around the world and his relationships in Asia. All that. It's fascinating.
Okay, and are you going to read a book for the book club, Beto?
I read all the time.
What's the last book you read?
Right now, I'm actually reading Love in the Time of Cholera.
What's it called?
Love in the Time of Cholera.
Okay, is that a fiction?
It's a romance book.
Oh, what a romantic!
No, it's not a romantic. But it's no. I read a lot. Cappy, I'm a big reader, bro. Don't let me acting stupid fool you. I'm a big reader.
I just read a book. I just finished this book. It's called Software as a Science. I like business books.
Yeah, you like Gary Vee. That's why.
I like Gary Vee. No. I do. This book was written by a guy named
Bronny just dunked. Okay, let's go.
Come on, really? Let me see if I can find Bronny on Prize Picks for dunks. There is nothing on here.
Hey, you know who's really good though?
Tell me.
DeAndre, Debo's out here.
Oh, Debo.
Debo's out here.
Debo Samuel?
No, Debo Samuel. No.
Debo Samuel's taking shots with Bronny?
No, the new dude they picked up, Trey Jameson the third. Some of the coaches are calling him Debo because the way he has that body, the way he kind of looks. He just comes out here. Michael likes him because he has the big arms.
Does he have the crazy eyes?
No, he doesn't have the tiny eyes.
Oh, he don't have
tiny
those
Lester, but no,
Debo eyes?
He's just like got that little Debo attitude about him. So
I got you.
I know DeAndre likes him. But yeah, so the book club started. So
Okay.
So
I'd like to join the book club.
It's real simple, Cap. Just read a book.
Okay, I'm reading a book. I just read a book. I'll have to start another book.
That's it.
All right, Beto is over at Crypto.com. Big Deal or No Deal is on the way. Yeah.
Cappy.
Yeah.
Oh, what time do you come in here?
Well, the game starts at 7:30, and as soon as we get off the air, I've got a bunch of things that I got to do here at the radio station.
Cappy.
And then I'm coming over. Yes.
Be here by 6:25.
Okay, tell me why.
I'll tell you next.
Okay, stick around, everybody. Big Deal or No Deal is right around the corner. Don't forget to download Prize Picks. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make that $5 play. Get that $50 bonus. Big Deal or No Deal. Next.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Damon.
And we want to buy your house.
Let Seller's Advantage show you how we can give you more.
No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days.
Check out our Google reviews.
And call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
That's 800-717-KIDS.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
All right, I've got the chips and soda covered. What about you?
I'm bringing chicharrones and the MVP, guac. Northgate Gonzalez Market makes the best guacamole. It's made fresh every day with quality ingredients, so it's always delicious. And the best part, they make it exactly the way I want it. I get extra jalapenos for me and no jalapenos for the kids. We both win.
Score a touchdown every time with guacamole from Northgate Gonzalez Markets. It makes every party a winner. The guacamole from Northgate Gonzalez Market. It's the flavor that unites us. Northgate Gonzalez Market. Every visit has a story.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text HUNK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text HUNK to 321321. That's HUNK to 321321.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland tomorrow at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
I gotta say, I think a very successful season for the Rams.
What you want, if you're a season ticket holder like you are, is you want the team to take you on a ride.
Yes.
All right? You want from the start of the season to the end of the season to have highs and lows, and you want them to compete for the title. The Rams did all of that.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN. It's 6:30 p.m. Big deal or no deal. Take it away, Sedano.
Don't freak out, everybody. It's really only 5:35. It's just that we're too lazy to actually change the imaging.
Hey, man, leave Chris alone, bro. He's under a lot.
I mean, we've still been asking for what? What has it been since September?
Yeah, but the thing is that I could very easily go into a studio here and I could just say 5. And
no, you couldn't.
Yeah, you could. And then and then we could edit it in.
Let's do that.
You know,
let's do that, DeAndre. Let's do it ourselves.
In there with you.
Yeah,
so
no, that's true. That's true, Beto.
It'll be funnier if we do it ourselves and just kind of,
Happy.
just throw it in there and switch it out.
Do it in español. Son las 5:30.
Sí. Now, Beto is at Beto's at crypto.com. We're getting ready tonight, 7:30 tip between Washington and the Lakers. Kind of a tune-up game tonight because Boston's in town on Thursday. So, Beto, you said before the break you would tell me right after the break. What were you going to tell me?
All right, Cappy, I need you here about 6:25,
okay.
30. Because this is going to be a good story if it happens for the Cappy cast.
Okay.
Oh.
Now you got me interested.
Yeah. Oh, because it's Cappy Cast, we'll do anything. Woo! Yeah.
What do we got? What is
As
the
a guy
story?
who wants to become a 4th member of the Cappy Cast,
yeah,
I'm here for you. Contributing.
You can.
Yeah, only once a week though. Come on, bro. Don't need to work every day. But I've been told that a certain new Dodger is going to be in attendance tonight in the area where Jeannie Buss sits.
Should I assume that is Tanner Scott?
He is a pitcher. Is
it Sasaki?
And I've been told
Blake Snell
that
that would be the guy.
He's going to be in the area where Jeannie sits during the games, but that he might come out early around 6:30 and meet some of the players on the court.
Oh, that's perfect for you, Cap.
I see that's a Blake Snell move right there is what that is, I think. Blake Snell's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner. If he wants to go out and meet the players, then they're like, oh, we know who he is. Ain't nobody know who Tanner Scott is.
I'm just telling you, get your butt here, bro.
I'm going to work on it. I got to get off
No,
the
there
air.
is no. Okay, you know what? If you miss out on this, Cappy, tomorrow I'm going to light you up in the Cappy Cast.
You
man.
are?
Oh, man. I'm going to be like that punk Dead Meow that's just in there trolling. That's all I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to be going Team Seidler. I'm going to be going Team Cap. Is boo because he missed out on this great opportunity.
Well, I'm working on it. I do have a guest that I'm bringing to the game tonight. I did tell him to meet me at 6:30. And I do have a lot to do as soon as I get off the air, but I'm going to hustle. I'm a hustle.
Are you going to tell us who your guest is?
I'll text you, Lindsay.
Okay.
Actually, no.
But, no, Cappy, who's your guest? You want to say or no? No.
Oh, my guest? Oh, it's a friend of mine.
Okay.
I thought this was business.
No, it is business.
Well, I didn't know if it was like Ted from Hey Dude or,
No, it's not Ted from Hey Dude. and it's not Jennifer Aniston.
Or Luke Littler, who's his birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my favorite dart thrower, Luke Littler. No, it's not
I saw
any
a
of those
commercial
guys.
for that dude, on The Zone. They had a commercial for him.
Yeah, it's not any of those dudes. He's a good dude, but he's not any of those dudes. You know what I'm
So
saying?
just get here, Cappy. If you miss out on this, and by the way, it's Carlos Isu. Make sure the social media squad is here, too.
Okay. I mean, my boy Jeff Green is probably driving in right now going, you can say my name on the air. It's okay.
Jeff Green?
Yeah, Jeff Green.
Jeff Green,
he's a good hooper.
The real, that Jeff Green.
No.
Yeah, that Jeff Green. That's right.
Wait, are we talking about two different Jeff Greens?
I'm talking about my Jeff Green. I don't know about your Jeff Green.
That Jeff Green?
I don't think he does, yeah.
Ain't no Jeff Greens.
By the way, Cappy, speaking of Ted from Hey Dude, you need to bring him back in. He was fun. He was a great guest.
He was a great guy.
One of my favorites.
David
What's Hey
Lasher.
Dude?
Hey Dude's like an old sitcom. Like
No, it was an old show on Nickelodeon, and it was about like some people hanging out on it was a Nickelodeon show for kids, like on a dude ranch. And Hey Dude, it had what's her name? Melanie was the girl's name. She's married to Ben Stiller. Christine.
Yep.
Yeah,
Young people really getting into
That's David's podcast
Yes,
partner.
yes, they have a podcast, and it's like all about the '90s. So it's an interesting, fun podcast.
Oh, okay.
He was
You had him in studio. Yeah.
Yes.
He was good. He was a good guest.
He was on Sabrina too.
Yeah.
The Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Lindsay, baseball. Big deal or no deal? What do we got?
Okay, so one thing that I saw earlier today on Instagram was Kelly Stafford. We know that she's Matthew Stafford's wife. She's got her own podcast, and she posted on Instagram about this past season and kind of saying like, she's very proud of her husband. She's proud of the Rams, and she concluded her post about this past season with, quote, "I'm wondering if this is the end or not. ... Guess we will find out." So the fact that Matthew Stafford's wife put a post like this on Instagram and concluded it with those words, is that a big deal or no deal? Cappy, you go first.
I'm going to say no, not a big deal. Look, Kelly Stafford has turned herself into a media personality, and I'm cool with that. The thing is that there are a lot of question marks about the Rams. I mean, Cooper Kupp is probably the number one question mark. Matthew Stafford's got more time on his contract. But, if I were the Rams, I'd be starting to think about life after Matthew Stafford. He's 36 years old.
Yep.
He's still, listen, Matthew Stafford had a great year, and Matthew Stafford is not the reason that the Rams are not advancing. The reason that the Rams are not advancing is because they turned the ball over too many times on the road against a superior team, and they couldn't stop Saquon Barkley.
No.
That is the reason they're not moving on. Can Matthew Stafford still play? Yeah. High level? Absolutely. Super Bowl caliber? I still think so.
No, with the right team around him, with the right bodies and right pieces, but I need to be quiet.
Say it.
Tell us how you feel. Don't beat around the bush.
You're annoyed by Kelly Stafford, aren't you?
Not just Kelly Stafford, and I'm not, look.
Listen, she's a wonderful human being for busing all those Rams fans out there. Like, she paid for those buses for the
great.
Rams fans to go to that game in Arizona.
That is fantastic.
And
the
that's not
charity,
all she's done,
But she pops off. And they're like, she's not on the team, so don't talk about the team. Talk about the community efforts, all the stuff that you do, but don't worry about your husband's contract or the negotiation. Let him and his agents do that. But not just him, a lot of wives in all of sports. It's like, how are you on the team? Why are you getting a ring?
Well, it's kind of funny because, like, I think players are like, hey, babe, look, I mean, they're offering me a really good contract. I think I got to take it. And the wife can be like, oh, hell no. Oh, I will call the owner myself.
Hell no.
I will call them myself if I have to.
Yeah.
And she's involved. She's active.
She is.
And
it's just a modern athlete, too, man. It's just the modern athlete of what they are. And it's just
yeah, and you can't tell me that her and him have not, like, because this isn't, she's been in the news quite a bit, over the past couple years, ever since she started her podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from her.
I'm just saying, you can't tell me that her and Matthew haven't had this conversation about what she says on social media.
No, they're not having the conversation.
You don't think
She's
so?
She's telling Matthew what the conversation is.
Okay.
Like most marriages.
Yeah.
At least most successful marriages.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
I just don't like how she threw her husband under the bus and all the stuff that she did at Georgia. It's like, dude, really? Why are you airing your laundry out there like that?
Oh, yeah, how she said that, like, she cheated.
Yeah, anyways, yeah.
Whatever. Okay. All
well,
right.
at least she didn't do to Matthew Stafford what, Steph Curry's wife did to him.
Oh, my gosh. By the way, Steph Curry's wife, I just want to say that I watched a movie while I was on vacation. And it was like, my mom likes to watch those cheesy love story movies. And it was this movie with Lindsay Lohan in it called Irish Wish. And Steph Curry's wife was in it. She's a terrible actress. Terrible.
Actually, she's not an actress.
Well, she's an actress in that movie, and she's
now,
not
Jerry
very good.
Jones is an actor.
She's not
Jerry
very
Jones
good.
can act.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is an Academy Award winner, or at least he should be.
Yeah. Guest appearance.
But what did she do? What did she do that you're talking about, Cap?
Oh, there's like a whole story about Steph Curry's wife and the things that she's said publicly about their relationship, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, she definitely airs out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, man.
All right, well,
don't.
let me get one more big deal or no deal in here really quick.
Yep.
Okay, so right when our show started today at 3 o'clock, the 2025 Baseball Hall of Fame class was announced.
Oh, did it finally?
Which class?
The 2025 baseball.
Of baseball. Hall of
Yes.
Fame?
Hall of Famer. Okay.
Gotcha.
How many people got in, Linz?
So three. We got Ichiro, CeCe, and Billy Wagner.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
Billy Wagner got in.
Yep, he
Oh,
did.
nice.
And then Dick Allen and Dave Parker, which I think they were elected to from the players.
The Veterans Committee,
Yes,
maybe?
Veterans Committee.
That's
yes.
cool, man.
So
the Cobra.
What I wanted to let you guys know, though, is that Ichiro, who everyone said, of course, first ballot Hall of Famer, CeCe too, but Ichiro was elected with 99.7% of the vote.
Oh, wow.
Stop it.
Meaning one person. One person.
Yeah, baseball writers are so stupid.
Did not vote for him.
They are so petty.
Right, and they don't make their votes public, or at least they're not required to.
You're on your ballot at the bottom is, do you want your vote public?
But
So-
you're not required to.
No,
So
exactly.
I was going to ask you, first of all, are we ever going to find out who this was? Second of all, is it a big deal or no deal that idiot did not vote for him?
Yeah, it is a big deal. I'm gonna jump in here, Cap. Go for it. I'm Baseball Bert right now because
Baseball Bert.
This is historical. Ichiro was amazing. The first ever Japanese invited into the Hall of Fame. Right? He is. If that's not unanimous, and I don't know what is. And these baseball writers, these curmudgeon dudes who just love Bruce Springsteen and just want to be the gatekeeper, like no. and I bet you it's this. Well, he was going to get in anyway, so I didn't think so. Maybe next. No. Have the respect for this right here. He's in a Hall of Famer. Don't think about it. Like Billy Wagner, this is his 10th time getting in there. So it's like over the years, you didn't play 10 more years. So how did your numbers change from when you retired? That I don't understand part. But anyways, the Ichiro dude, if you're going to be that dude, at least put your name on it. Put it out there.
Yeah, I think
and
you're right.
explain yourself for this.
Might I interject one more time?
Hey,
what up,
Punchy
Punch?
Lover in the house.
This dude, whoever this guy is an idiot. Like a big-time idiot. He must have something against Ichiro. He must have tried to get...
being that guy.
Or is he like some old dude from Boston that's
Well,
where they all are, and like, he thinks that Ty Cobb is a better player than Ichiro or something.
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you this.
Remember, Hall of Fame is only the Baseball Writers Association of America, so you have to be a writer, nobody else.
Right, and Mariano Rivera is still the only unanimous player ever.
Well, that's what I was going to get at. So the thing is that the likelihood of any player, doesn't matter who they are, the likelihood of any player getting a unanimous vote, we just don't see it. Now, I'm not here to defend these writers because I think it's ridiculous.
I thought Ichiro was a lock to be
Well, he
unanimous.
is a lock.
He was a lock when he was playing.
Right, but I mean a lock to be the next unanimous person because Derek Jeter is the only other person that had all but one. He was 99.7 as well.
Can I ask you guys a question? What is he in or is he not in?
He's in,
So
but
what
still,
does it
it's
matter?
Because you can now go down as unanimous Hall of Famer.
Right.
Who cares?
Only one, because there's only one, and Ichiro deserves it.
Here's why, Cat, because these stupid
it.
baseball writers go and say how they're protecting the Hall, they're doing this, they're making sure the best are this. Then don't be a punk like this and be petty and do this.
They're gatekeeping.
Bum.
Well, listen, I'm the guy that thinks Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of
Put him
Fame.
in.
I think you should too.
Roger
Let's
Clemens,
go.
Sammy Sosa.
And those writers need to chill on
Put him
that.
in. Put him in.
Yes.
You should be in, Cat.
Pete Rose, put him in.
Exactly. The writers, they are sanctimonious.
Yes, they're holier than thou.
They think that.
Oh my God,
and by the way, I'm not even sure if the word works, but
it works. You're pulling a Mason.
Thank you. These guys, they do think that they're like some great defender
Benevolent.
of this Hall of Fame, and I don't know why they care so much. I mean, they're not going in it.
Yeah.
Like it's not theirs; it's the players' hall.
So again, to Beto's point, if you're going to be the one a-hole that didn't vote him in when it obviously should be unanimous,
why?
Then why not put your name on it?
What if there were 2 guys that didn't vote for him? What if there were 3? What if there were 4, but he
But
still
there's
made
not.
it? No, I'm just saying, but what if there were?
Put your name on it. Put your name on it so people can ask you, hey,
cares?
why? Hey, why?
But doesn't
I
that
care.
come out later? Doesn't it come out
I personally
later?
do not
No.
care.
It doesn't come out never
They
at all?
you're not required
Yeah.
to put your name on your ballot.
It's up to you to decide. And, credit to the ones who always put their name out there and like, okay, they show who they didn't vote for. Good for you.
I do not care.
I do.
I know you do, and I can feel your passion. I personally do not care.
Bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
Bums.
I mean, you made it into the Hall of Fame.
But if Ichiro went in as a Padre and he wasn't 100%, it'd be on.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I wouldn't carry that either.
Browner would be all mad.
Yeah, he would.
Beto,
He might be.
shut up. Cappy, let me be on your show, bro. Come on.
I want you to be on my show.
I do too.
All right, hold on. The national anthem is playing. You need to stand up and put your hand over your heart.
So it is tonight is Dr. Jerry Buss night here at Crypto.com Arena for the Lakers-Wizards game, and the performance is going to be the Lakers band. And the Lakers band, most of them have some kind of connection to USC where Dr. Buss was a professor, so they honor him every single Dr. Buss night. When they have it, the band comes down and they play the national anthem.
All right, Beto's over at Crypto.com. We'll have one more segment, and then we'll hand off to the pregame. Hey, I want to remind everybody, look, Avner Gatt was in studio earlier today, but a reminder, when disaster strikes, and hopefully it doesn't, but we all know that on occasion it does, you deserve an ally who truly understands the value of your home and the value of your peace of mind. Are you now facing fire damage? And listen, you've made all your insurance payments. Your insurance company, though, may fall short when it's time to file a claim. Do not let them underpay you. If you are feeling pressured to utilize subpar contractors, if you're feeling ignored after years of loyalty, that's when you turn to Avner Gatt, California's premier public adjusting firm. Over 20 years of experience, Avner has the team behind him that you need. He's got all the relationships with all the insurance companies, and he even offers a free initial consultation. So listen, if you need Avner Gatt right now, as Avner always says, don't even bother dealing with the insurance company. Let Avner deal with the insurance company. Avner Gatt is ready to fight for you. Call him for that free consultation today. You can visit him online at Avner, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. Call 818-917-5256. That's Avner's personal cell, 818-917-5256. If you get his voicemail, he's got instructions for you. Leave him a voicemail, answer the questions. As he said, the phone is ringing nonstop. He will call you back even if it's later into the night. 818-917-5256 for Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
I want to thank them. Without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. Little help, like you guys asked for. I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, inside Crypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
So let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, HIMS can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
It's the new year. Time to make a positive change in your life.
I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life.
Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted. Not available in Washington State.
That's our final segment music. Sedano and Kap here on 710. Getting ready to hand things off to the Lakers pregame tonight. Lakers Wizards coming up. Tip 7:30. Sucker.
That's
Nailed it.
Beautiful right there.
Nailed it.
That is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Unanimous.
Not unanimous. One guy.
You're so unanimous.
One guy.
Western Pennsylvania Jewish Hall of Fame.
That's
unanimous.
right. Sports Hall of Fame.
I saw the plaque.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Took pictures of it, as I recall.
Cappy, so how do I become a member of the Cappy Cast?
Beto Duran, if you want airtime on the Cappy Cast, we want you.
Yes. Once a week, like one segment.
Okay.
And I just want to talk sports with you.
I want to talk sports with you.
We're doing it from the Beto Vision high-speed wire.
Okay, we can make this happen.
I want to be on a Cappy Cast too.
Do you, DeAndre?
I mean, I feel like I'll be. I feel like I'll be all right on there.
You'd be more than I. And plus, you could also rock the hoodie.
That's right.
You know,
that hoodie's fire, man.
I'll wear the hoodie every time I come on. So like once a week, Cappy, we could brought to you by Athletic Greens or something.
Okay, we could maybe put that together.
Yeah.
Hey, it is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal. It is brought to you by Seller's Advantage. You want to sell your house before you call an agent? You call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it with an as-is competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer. All right, Beto, in the final moments here, paint the picture as to what is going on across the street from LA Live at Crypto.com as you are getting ready for tonight's pregame show.
All right, Dalton Connect out on the court right now wearing the black tights, and he's got some red, fire red kicks on also. Let's see who's that. I can't see on the other side because I don't have my glasses. I forgot them. So, yeah, Cameron's the only one. Not Cameron. Dalton Connect, the only one on the court right now. And then the Wizards, who've lost 10 in a row, have a bunch of dudes warming up also.
Oh, really? 10 in a row.
Yeah. Cappy.
Yo.
The world of Cappy is everywhere. I told you this.
Tell me.
I went to a fancy dinner last night with the baseball player who's in the minor leagues.
Okay.
From Poway, Mount Carmel High School. Mm-hmm. And he said that he found out where I work, and he's like, oh, man, me and my dad grew up listening to him.
Like grew up listening to who?
You.
Me?
Yeah. Because they're from San Diego. The dad would have you on the radio when the kid was going to practice or wherever he was school, whatever it was. He's like, yeah, I know that name. I grew up listening to him. My dad would always have him on the radio. So Cappy.
Dude, it's so funny. When you've been on the radio this long, I have people that will say to me all the time, hey, man, you know, can I get a picture so I can send it to my dad because he's a big fan. You know, it's the most
Does it make you
embarrassing.
feel old?
Well, it's the most embarrassing thing because Rachel will always go like this. She'll go, "Here, give me your phone. I'll take the picture," and then she just gives it to me.
Yeah, I can't wait till they say, "Oh, so I can send it to my grandpa."
I know, right?
Yeah.
I've told this story. I met Joe Musgrove, the
That's my
pitcher,
dude right
you know?
there.
And I, hey man, how you doing? I'm Scott Kaplan. He goes, "Oh man, no way." He goes, "Hey dude, my dad's a huge fan. Can I take a picture?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me, man?
You're
Come
a
on."
legend, Cap.
Oh yeah, and this.
I didn't expect to be at a fancy dinner in Beverly Hills when the Scott Kaplan name got brought up, bro.
Yeah. Well, we need to go to a fancy dinner in Beverly Hills.
No, I didn't pay.
Well, I know we need to go with somebody who's going to pay for us.
Oh, yeah.
You know, maybe we get Debbie. Maybe Debbie.
Oh, yeah, she's going to go for that.
She's such a big fan of.
Oh, she's a longshoreman, and she got a bunch of money.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, longshoremen make a bunch of money. Shout out to the ILWU, all you rich guys out there, and ladies.
Damn right.
Yeah.
All right, so here it comes, man. It's time. It is on. Lakers basketball tonight on the radio on 710.
Yep. Cappy, make sure you're here. 6:30. Sasaki will be here.
Oh, Sasaki. Hey, LeBron. I know this is when LeBron is listening. He's in the training room. He's loosening up. Hey, LeBron. Loudmouths be talking out there about you flying cross country and the Ohio State game being more of a priority than the Laker game. So, bro, I played you more tonight on Prize Picks. More than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Great job, Lindsay. Great job, DeAndre. Thank you, Funchy. Thank you, Beto. We're back tomorrow. Peace out.